Yes, y'all hear the tune. Y'all know what it is. This is me, the boy Trey, my man Bishop, and we are E2G presents First for Mason Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with us. Y'all know how we get it in. It's the Monday after college football, right before Monday night football, after Sunday football. Come catch this vibe. Let's go high speed. Got plenty to talk about as it comes to sports. Uh, so it's good. Bishop, what's good with you this morning, brother?
Man, WGO, what's going on? How y'all doing on this Monday, man? Please don't disregard the shirt, man. This whole thing, I could,
This whole
you
thing.
know, this whole thing, it was something, I just happened to be, off to the side. So I just said, why not just throw it on real quick? Because we just had college football, we had NFL football, we got NFL football tonight. So it's Monday because that means it's Monday night double hitter football. Y'all already know what it is, man. We got it coming to you. We bringing you Sunday's games. We had some blockbuster games, some huge comebacks, things of that nature, man. So let's get it started, man. How was your weekend, Trey? How was it? How was it?
Oh,
How
it
was
was
it?
it was all right, man. I got a chance to actually sit down and watch a couple of things. I didn't get a chance to watch everything. We had a powerlifting competition on Fort Polk, so
Mm-hmm.
I was there like basically the whole morning. So by the time I was home with enough time to catch the Trojans, some Trojans. You know, what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
win get the victory, but um, for the most part, I missed a lot of the games. And then Sunday, I was in bed all day recovering from the Saturday until I was like, you know what, let me go catch some of these games. But I missed the first part of the games. But you know what I'm saying? That's what saying the highlights and all the commentations and all the shows is for. So I caught up a little there, here and there. All the comebacks in the first half of the Sunday. So yeah, it's plenty. How was your weekend?
Man, it was good, man. My Saturday started out good. My Sooners did what they were supposed to do for all you haters out there. My Sooners did what they were supposed to do on Saturday, handle business. You know what I'm saying? And I went and watched took baby girl after, of course, after Sooners did work. We took baby girl to go see Super Pets. Did that on Saturday. Didn't do anything too much on Sunday, man. Was trying to get my stuff together for fantasy because fantasy's surely rolling. Of course, you would be on here early, Rich AP. And I'm sure you would be on here early, Rich AP. I know. I expected you to be on here early. When the other weekend before, we couldn't find you. You couldn't. We wasn't seen for a whole week. Oh, but you're here early today. But good morning to you, there, sir. Good morning to you. But yeah, man. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Watched a few of the games. Went out and ate. And so I was excited about this weekend. So stop it, Rich. Y'all got off the on the skin of y'all teeth. Stop it, bro. Stop it. But we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
We
we gonna
definitely gonna
definitely get
talk
to it. We
about it.
got plenty to
We're gonna
talk
definitely
about.
talk
Say
about it.
chop for the topics. So real quick before we go any further, of course we have we taken upon ourselves, especially our veterans, those who serve, we would never forget. So today we have a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Hailing out the 504. You know what I'm saying? Another get down. Actually, when you sit up and think about it, get down, y'all. If y'all don't know, y'all been watching the show for a little bit. Y'all know what the get downs, how we get down. Of course, another 92 get down. Of course, my man's just saying, definitely someone who y'all should get to know. Uh, he's a Saints fan, but we'll
Oh
get to
Lord.
that sooner enough.
Oh
Soon enough.
Lord.
I think he down with them Bayou Bengals too. Even though he went to Nickel State, but of course, but you know something, we're not gonna talk too much on him. We're gonna let him spin a little bit. We got my man Wendell Randall, aka Chef Dell from the Chef Dell 504. What's good with you this morning, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Glad to be here. Yeah,
What's
like
going
you
on?
said.
So Wendell,
Um,
What's going on?
you know what I'm saying? So Wendell, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people out there, them high speeds that's out there checking out this morning. Let us know what's going on, how you doing, sir, who you are, uh, and so forth.
all right, my name's Chef Wendell Randall, aka Chef Dell 504, aka Mr. Catch These Pans. I'm a personal chef in New Orleans, Louisiana. Doing my thing. A couple of people that I've cooked for is cooked for Lil Wayne. I cooked for Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram. Now I'm currently cooking for Jackson Hayes at the New Orleans Pelicans, and
Okay.
I'm doing two things I love: cook, cooking for the people, the two teams that I love, the New Orleans Saints and the New Orleans Pelicans.
So, of course, you already basically answered that question. What it is when it comes to your favorite sports team, the Saints. All know you basically. So we won't hold that against you, at least not yet, because we going as like I said, soon enough we gonna get into all that and have a little bit of a conversation when it gets down to it. So, uh, Chef Dale, Army veteran. How long did you serve in the armed forces, sir?
I served for 6.5 years, doing the best job in the Army, 92 get down,
Let's go.
92.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Let's get it.
You know what? When he said that, I had to pause for a second, Bishop, because I said let's go, but I'm not the original 92 golf. I just finished off
Because
my
it's not
career.
92 golf. Because 92
Nine,
golf is not the 94
or
Bravo.
95. See, the only reason he
Yeah.
say that is because he was a 94 Bravo.
That's
So
right.
what
That's
what
right.
I'd say
94
is
Bravo, baby.
I didn't start my military career as a golf. I mean, as a
Mm.
food service culinary specialist. I
You mean you
I,
didn't start as a Bravo?
I didn't start in any case because I was field artillery
Oh,
before I changed over.
got you.
So you know what I'm saying. When I said so, I of course when I say that it's like almost like LeBron claiming to be one of the greatest Lakers ever. You know what I'm saying. Although he is, you know what I'm saying, he's teetering on that. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying, LeBron claiming to be the greatest Laker ever, but he hasn't always been a Laker. You know what I'm saying. So I feel like
Mhm.
claiming to be, you know what I'm saying, part of the great one of the greatest MOSs in the Army. But I did do it the majority 2 times more than which I yes sir, that's right, Eric. We all culinary specialists.
That
Let's
part.
not
Don't
disrespect.
forget it.
Don't
Yeah, don't
disrespect.
forget it.
Culinary specialist is the
Yeah, don't
proper
forget it.
term. So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but only one of the three of us actually still does it in the kitchen for the most part. And Chef Dad, I see catch these pans, in doing where he does he competes every once in a while, friendly competition. So yeah, he gets it in. But I had to say that, like you know, what I'm saying I say it, but I have to keep in mind like that's not where I started at. However, that is where I finished at as a get down. So of course, so yeah. But going on, moving forward. Yes, there was a couple things that happened over the weekend. First and foremost, a shout out to Sal Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez, as he retained his super middleweight title after he dispatched and beat Triple G in their trilogy, uh, finishing them off in what is a unanimous decision. I watched the fight. It was Triple G looked a little shaky initially, but as you got to the later rounds, the championship rounds, the last 6 rounds, oh man, it was going down. For a second, I was like, oh, he might get rid of Canelo, but of course it didn't happen. Canelo continues holds down the super heavyweight division, all his belts still intact. And basically now Triple G states that he's not done. However, because everyone was like, is Canelo going to put him to sleep? Is he going to put him out? Is he going to end his career? Triple G said he can't end my career. He's not even possible. He doesn't have any say so over what his career is going to be ended. So Triple G basically said, I got other places I want to fight. He wants to go fight home in Kyrgyzstan. He wants to fight in other places. So it's going down. But you know what I'm saying? But I look forward to Crawford and Spence in October, in November 19th. That when that
That's
goes
gonna be
down,
a big one.
oh yeah, you're gonna
That's
basically
gonna be
check
the
that.
fight. That's gonna be
Yeah.
the fight of the year right there.
So as we get ready, really get into the thick of it, our topics, Bishop,
Hmm.
Chef Dale, I
Yes,
like to
sir.
quickly shout out them Las Vegas Aces taking home the first
They
championship
did.
to Las Vegas Professional Championship, because as we said before, you know the Running Rebels had the NCAA on locked in basketball for a second, but them ladies did their thing, uh, dispatching the Connecticut Sun with a 3-1 game to end up getting their first championship. Of course, not to be undone, the Connecticut Sun were led by 17 points from Courtney Williams, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. 13 points from Jonquil Jones. Dewana Bonner contributed with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Alyssa Thomas, 11 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds in their triple double, but it didn't go for naught. The Aces with a 6-man rotation. basically took care of business. Chelsea Gray, who took home the WNBA Finals MVP, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 13 points contribution from Jackie Young, 15 from Kelsey Plum, as well as Asia Wilson with 11, and Raquanda Williams 17 points. The Aces get it done. Becky Hammond in her first attempt as a head coach wins the WNBA championship. Took care of business, Bishop. Do you think that invigorates and pushes the envelope? I see a lot of people is like, okay, Las Vegas, y'all Aces, you did it. Knights, Raiders, you next. Do you foresee? Do y'all gentlemen foresee that even being in fruition in this year, possibly from what we've been seeing?
Because the Aces won.
Yeah, it's like
No,
they're
just
gonna
because
generate that power.
no, just because they lost. The Aces won and the Raiders lost. So no, it ain't finna invigorate nothing. Just because the women won something over here, that's not. See, this is what's wrong with him, Chef. See, he trying to do it. He trying to take it to the college because that's what we do out in Oklahoma. See, we win. You
Wait,
know, the
before
women's oh the
don't you
women's
dare! Y'all won the
softball.
softball.
That's right.
That's it.
And hold on, we won the softball, and the men was in the Final Four for
And they
baseball.
got drugged.
No, we was in it. In it, I said. There's a difference. We see USC
We
can't
just
say
gonna
none of that.
trail.
USC ain't in nothing in nowhere. Nothing.
For one, and first and foremost, USC, y'all where USC used to be. So
As far
let's
as
just
what?
keep
As
that
far as what? As far as
USC
what?
used baseball and softball. USC used
Man,
to
y'all
hold down.
USC
Used to hold it down.
He borderline cowboy fan. See, that's what my cowboy fan would say. Y'all used to be what we were. Y'all what we used to be. Talking about old stuff. Ain't nobody talking about yesteryear. This is 2022, partner. When the last time USC won a softball championship? Don't nobody want to hear about the 80s and the
Hold
70s
up,
and the
if
60s.
I stand corrected,
We
when you
ran
talk about
softball. We run softball.
if I stand corrected before we get too far in college, I just want to sit up and say this: if I stand corrected, three of us are on this panel. Only one of us can claim the most recent national championship.
In softball? Because we're talking about softball.
No,
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 yeah, that's
I'm
see, this
talking
is what
about
we're
in
talking
college
about.
football.
See,
I'm
you
talking
just
about
going
college football because you
so
said USC ain't won
now you finna
anything.
jump on
Because you
Chef.
said
Now you finna jump on Chef's bandwagon because he's the
no.
only
I'm
one.
just saying. I'm
But
just
now you finna
saying.
jump on Chef's bandwagon. See how they
I
do?
just
See this is what they do when they can't find stuff for themselves. They go run for somebody else's team real quick. See, this is not what we
Hey,
gonna do
I'm
right.
just saying.
This
I'm just
dude,
saying.
this dude here. No,
to
to
go back
answer your
to
question,
the
no.
years. Oh, right. I was just about to say that. Go to
The game was good with Carl. We gonna get to that soon enough, but I do have a little more in reference to talk about in the in or around the NBA, of course. Yesterday, the Euro League played their game, in which Spain, Italy, and Germany were the top three teams, taking on gold, silver, as well as bronze for the Euro Basketball Championship tournament. As the Spain was able to win 88-76. The Hernan Gomez brothers did their thing. Honcho, 27 points, while his brother Willie scored 14, as well as took home the tournament MVP honors. Spain
who he play for?
basically, what's that?
Who he play for?
Uh,
Okay, all right.
okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I hear you slipping up. I see you slipping up. That's what's up. Spain winning their fourth of six out of 4 of 6 attempts in these tournaments, showing that they are a monster. We hear USA all the time, but Spain showing like don't disrespect us. Even Fourier for France, 23 points, as well as his countrymate, although didn't do too well. His countrymate Rudy Gobert held to 6 points in the championship game. I don't know what that says, Bishop. When you take a look, Chef Dale, Rudy's in Minnesota now. Maybe Big Cat to help him to where he doesn't. Maybe they're throwing all kinds of stuff at him. He ain't know what to expect, and he just got locked down. Of course, in the Germany game, Germany played against Poland. Germany takes home the bronze medal. Dennis Schroeder, 26 points, defeating Poland 82-69, just in time, because guess who just signed back with them Los Angeles Lakers? Dennis Schroeder, of course, now back
Yeah,
in
I saw
LA
that.
on a $2.6 million deal. Um, he was, like you said, he had successful offseason. Over the course of the last year, he was in Boston and Houston, in which he wasn't too bad. So, of course, the team did inform and let Westbrook know that they were looking to sign a veteran guard, that and Dennis Schroeder. He could be good on the defensive end of the ball as well. So, yeah, let's go. Dennis, welcome back. Let's get some things done. Bishop, Chef, do y'all think this causes a problem for Westbrook? Do you think we got looking at a situation where they probably try to move Westbrook and they're bringing in utility guards?
Here we go.
I just think it's a bad decision for the Lakers.
I don't even know why we're talking about the Lakers. They're irrelevant. I don't even know why we talking about the Lakers. They're irrelevant. They didn't win and pick. They done picked up Schroeder. They picked up what's his name? We just talked about him yesterday on Friday. They picked up
who was talking about Friday?
He just went over there. He was with the one that won't hold his tongue.
Patrick Beverly.
Patrick Beverly just picked up Beverly. Picked up Schroeder. Who else? I mean, who y'all gonna go back and get Magic too? Like, good Lord, what else y'all need to do?
That's what we gonna do.
I mean, golly, bro. What else y'all need to do? Good.
Y'all not talking. I know you are not talking. You are not talking.
Who we picking up?
You ain't pick them up now, but y'all just said y'all got Ben, y'all got Curry, y'all got not Steph Curry, Seth Curry. Y'all
okay,
got Seth
I know.
Curry.
Yeah, we got Seth. Okay, and y'all going to get Schroeder. Y'all going to get Beverly. Who's left? Just go ahead and go get.
Don't worry, we got one more.
Y'all gonna bring Kobe's goes back? Y'all bringing Kobe's goes back?
Really? 6 man? That's what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Good Lord. Jesus. What'd you say, Rich? What's Rich talking about? Truth is, they picked up 2 good picks in Beverly and Schroeder. We shall see. I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know how much more talent does the Lakers need out there. I mean, good Lord, they already got Anthony.
LA.
They already got Westbrook. They already got LeBron. I mean, how much more talent do they need to bring out there? Like,
it's LA, not Louisiana. It's Los Angeles. It's LA.
It's LA. So what?
Certain things are expected of us. If you was from there, you would understand. But you're from the other side of the country.
That's right. Which we finna rep right now. This season is our season, baby. Brooklyn to stand up.
I have to put up with. I don't think that's enough firepower for the West.
Ooh.
With Patrick Beverly, Dennis Schroeder. Like I said, I don't think he's a great decision maker because I just saw a meme with what he passed up to what he's getting now. So that, you got to make good decisions as a guard in the NBA, and he don't even make good financial decisions.
So what we have to keep in mind is
what
we have to keep in mind is he did overplay his hand, but I mean, think about it. KD overplayed his hand. Kyrie overplayed his. Come on, don't you dare. Come on, he thought he was going to flex on the leadership, and they basically locked it down. Like, stop playing with us. You got 4 years.
He didn't overplay his hand. He tried him. He just
tried it. And you know what? It was like, no, stop it.
And see
Kyrie tried
it. He didn't overplay his hand.
Your whole team tried it.
No, they did not. What did Ben Simmons? How did Ben Simmons try?
Well, except for Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Ben Simmons is probably going to be the only one that's going to get away with whatever he's going to do.
But they're still making it bad. Like this guy just threw his out the window. And then
that part. Trying to get back over there. Then Schroeder trying to get back over there with his little buddy LeBron. Man,
I had too much pride for that. I'd have had to go somewhere else.
Me too, bro. I'm with you, Chef. Man, I ain't coming back over there. Y'all just got rid of me. I'm not coming back.
No, he got rid of himself. They offered money. He turned it down.
So that's funny, but that's crazy. Just like Chef just said, they offered him money. He turned it down. He goes somewhere else, and now they offer money again. Now he gonna come back?
Yeah, but
I mentioned it. So did they offer?
He a free agent. Ain't no one else offering.
So did they offer him more than what they offered him the first time? Is my question.
Oh, hell no!
Exactly. So he ended up back
like
there.
Chef said.
He ended up going back there for.
He came. It's like he came back. He came. It's like he came back as a. It's like he came back with the temp agency, basically.
This dude here, man.
That's exactly. Hey, I go through this as a chef, uh, people ask me to cater functions, and they try and lowball me, and then I tell them my price. Then they go somewhere else,
End up coming back
and
to
they,
you.
then they come back. Oh, the price did change,
Oh yeah.
but yeah. So that's what he did. He tried. Oh, I don't want that little
Mm-hmm.
money or whatever like that. Come
Mm-hmm.
back again, but y'all still got the same offer. Nah, it
Mm-mm.
didn't change.
Mm-mm. It's going down.
Dang,
Mm-mm.
chef, you out there should
Yeah.
not you should not in cats? Like, nah, you the price didn't change. rock, rock from Raising Canaan type of prices. That's what we doing out here.
Man, let that man live, man. Hey, sometimes you got to go with what you got, man. Stick with what you got. Don't try to go out there and dig and dabble too much. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
the world keep moving while you trying to dibble and dabble,
That's
whatever like
right.
that. So
That's right.
if
That's right.
somebody else come along, then your value ain't the same no more. You
That's
need to
right.
take what
You know what?
you got.
That's funny. We're gonna get back to you on this in reference to what you do and chef and stuff like that. So what's funny is I was just reading, came across a story. I was told about a story from where it's a I can't think of her name. A female a artist some Ice. It's Ice Baby. I think it might be. She booked some shows for $4,000, bro. $4,000. Do
Okay.
you know? 3 weeks later, her people was like, you know what? She's a bigger star than she was 3 weeks ago. They raised the booking price from 4,000 to 11,000 and book and close and cancel all the shows they had booked and said if they're not willing to pay the $11,000 price, then they just not gonna get her.
Now
They,
that's
they,
playing serious. That's wild. Like if
that is
after I
wild.
sign after I sign the contract, if
That's what
somebody
I'm about
make
to
the
say. The
pot,
contract. Yeah,
Say less,
we
yeah.
locked in.
that's
I
right.
don't play them type. Now if you say
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
very sure
go
that's
check,
messing with But see, you do your
yeah,
own thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're your agent, all that type of stuff. Those that's instant fire. Those are firing words. Like, yo, if I
Right.
don't get this money, y'all got problems. Y'all might
Right.
as well go ahead. Mama, if you whoever, you know what I'm saying, you gotta
Right.
go. It's business. Stop playing
But
them games.
so that's kind of hard to believe because once you sign a contract, you can't come back after that contract and try and raise no price after we've already signed a contract stating that this is what I'm gonna get paid. You
Yeah, for
can't do
but
real.
see
that.
So
the thing about it, a lot of these some of these promoters and stuff like that working on a handshake deal versus
Mm-hmm.
contract, and then they
That part.
playing themselves raw like that. So that
so
that
okay,
got
so
that can
Chef
play.
Dale, you was just talking about, you know what I'm saying, so Chef Dale, you was just talking about you and your and you been picking up and doing jobs and stuff like that. What's the Catch the Pans movement? Catch these pans. What is it all about?
Where this came from, the, the the chef battle that you came to a couple years ago.
Uh huh.
Um, we were promoting that chef battle, and we did an interview. I did an interview with the opposing chef,
Mm-hmm.
and in the interview, we were talking smack towards each other, and um, the guy asked me, the host asked me, "Oh, you ready? We know you're a younger chef, and this is like a mentor to you."
Uh
And
huh.
so I told him, "Yeah, I'm ready." I said, "He not gonna catch these pans. He gonna catch these. He not gonna catch these hands.
You
He
gonna
gonna
catch
catch
these pans?
these pans." And so from there, he told me, "Man, that's a great slogan. You need to start branding that, and you need to start doing things to push that agenda." And so I actually went out and got a different design shirt made for that
Mm-hmm.
chef battle, and then I just ran with it. So
And it's been
I
going
actually went.
strong ever since.
Yeah, so I actually went to getting it trade. I'm going through the process of getting it trademarked and everything. So yeah, when you see catch these fans, it's me.
Ain't nothing like branding, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that something is yours, it works wonders, of course.
Right.
Continue on a little bit, right? So now there's pressure being applied. So just like Chef Dale was talking about applying the pressure to during his cooking battle, which Catch These Pans was born, pressure's being applied from all sorts of people in reference to Robert Sarver. As we already know, Robert Sarver is the owner of the um, Phoenix Suns as well as the Phoenix Mercury. Um, uh, yeah, how long you been working on a trademark, Wendell?
It's been a little over 2 years. and
Okay.
I'm registered, and so I'm just waiting for the all be finalized.
Roger that. Roger that. So yeah, so you tracking
Yeah.
Eric. I know you trademark your brand as well. But yeah, so like I said, so Robert Sarver, as we know, is the owner of the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury WNBA team, as well as the Real Madrid soccer team. Um, and of course, we know he just got suspended from the NBA for a year, as well as had to pay a $10 million fine. And all of this now, what's going on is, of course, his group that he's a part of, because he's the majority owner. The group in which he's a part of has, of course, came and asked for his resignation. Some of the players have also put forth the effort because they want to ensure that he does not get that he doesn't get that he doesn't come back either. The director, the National Basketball Players Association executive director, Tamika Tremaglio, also spoke and says it is imperative that the NBA does not allow him back into the league. Say he should get a lifetime ban. Additionally, who has entered into the fray is their sponsor. As we know, the NBA rocks the sponsor on the sleeve. Each NBA team has a sponsor that they have that's on their executive sponsor that they have. The Phoenix Suns have, as well as the Mercury, have the PayPal. PayPal has came forth and stated that if Sarver returns to the team a year from now, that they are done and they will not be returning as a sponsor. Now, of course, with all that being said, what has happened is PayPal has netted the Suns organizations $3 million when it comes to the sponsorship. So, in hearing that, Chef Dale, is that enough to push the wheels of like, hey, we need to get this dude up out of here? Or as an organization, if you was the owner, i.e., Salver, and you looked at coming back, it's like that's $3 million. I'm not worried about that. So, do you think that that pushes the initiative a little more to where they talking about getting him up out of there, or is it just like, you know what, we don't care about that. We can get somebody that's going to come back anyway. To
Now, now I need y'all to fill me in on this, but I just heard that he was getting suspended. I don't know what it was for.
So he was just basically he got suspended because of for misogynistic and racist type words and situations. He recounted the N word 5 times at least. They said, but he was
You talking about the
very
Phoenix owner?
Robert Sauver. Yeah,
Sorry.
and he also basically did some or was very misogynistic and sexual assault or sexual harass women or said some things. Chris Paul was like it's some things that he wouldn't dare to repeat again. So it's no telling what he said. Presumably he was demeaning to his employees and all that type of stuff. Bishop, Um, I was just going over how PayPal has entered the fray and said if Sarver comes back next year, they're not coming back to be the sponsor for the team. Basically, they needed $3 million, but I was asking, is $3 million enough to sip and to even try to flex like that?
Yeah, you got $3 million where you can just
Not me, but I'm talking about if they made $3 million for the team, but the team, would you is that
who did
PayPal
PayPal
through
did
part of the
made 3 million.
sponsorship? Yeah, made $3 million
Yeah,
for the team.
money is money, bro. Regardless of how, I mean, 3 million is a lot of money that's been
But
made.
is it enough to sit up and try to get him basically saying I'm not coming back if he's still there? Is that enough?
Yeah,
Mm,
if they only made him 3 million,
yeah,
he's making more money elsewhere. It probably don't hurt
yeah.
him
That's what I
none.
say. It's not going to hurt him.
No,
So
it probably
I
don't
don't
hurt
think. I mean, it's a
him.
flex, but
Two
saying
things.
that's no different than KD and
Yeah.
Kyrie flexing. Like that's
Here
it's
we
like
go.
what? Stop it! Like
I thought
get
I might
out here with
skip
that.
all of that. I thought I skipped all that.
The thing about it is some of these. My biggest question is
Yes, sir.
how long it's been going on.
It's been that's the thing. It's probably been going on for a while, Chef. To be
Yeah,
honest
he
with you,
got. Yeah, I think it
it's
came
just
to a
now
fever
somebody
pitch.
came
Yeah,
forth. Yeah,
finally, it's like it was tired of the BS basically.
yeah,
And
somebody didn't get their way in some way, form, or fashion, and decided to spill the beans or something.
a lot of these times you look at stuff that's happening like that, and it probably was going on for a long time, and then somebody, blew the whistle, and now everybody's acting like they're so appalled and
To it,
oh,
but
Mm,
and
but you've been dealing
you're
with it,
trying
but
to
you've
cover
been
their
letting it go.
hands.
Yeah,
You get and letting it go. Like
Right.
it bothered me so long about the last dude who got
Oh,
got
Derek
Washington,
no
Washington Commanders.
the
Oh,
Clippers,
Silver Sterling. I mean, Donald Sterling.
Donald
oh,
Sterling.
Donald
Like
Sterling.
there's no way. Okay, you get in all of this trouble. You bought. I looked it up. He bought the team back in the day for like $2 million and sold it. No, for like $12 million, and ended up when they quote unquote forced him to sell. He sold the Clippers for
For a
two
billion.
billion dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my thing is, y'all didn't hurt this man for like there was no lesson learned in this. There was no
Right.
punishment. Like it was a great investment. They had a comedian
Yeah.
was talking about it. Said the Clippers. He was like, you took and sold a team that he was like, you buy season Laker tickets and the Clippers tickets come with it.
Right.
So the Clippers wasn't doing all of that, but when all of that came out, the most that the team did was flip their warm up shirts inside out,
Right.
and then ended up taking those shirts off to play the game with Clippers written across their chest. And y'all ended up getting swept by the Golden State Warriors that year. Y'all could have set out if y'all was gonna get swept.
That part. That part. I agree. I mean, I don't perceive that PayPal is a big deal to Starver for that much.
Like
Um,
that that's a drop in the bucket for these owners.
And
yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's probably not enough to sit up and he was like, man, are you sit up and threaten me with 3 million? Like,
right.
really? That's what you doing? Threatening me three
When they
million? Like,
worth
and you want me
billions of
like that's
dollars.
gonna be enough? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna be enough to get them to try to force me to step down. Is your 3 million? Nah, stop playing.
yeah,
But
Right.
I mean, a public opinion, of course, in any case. So
right,
I mean, it's interesting to continue. I'm very sure it will continue to be ongoing because people, what it might do is force other people to pull out to where there's starts to be in a huge problem because it's like, yo, yes, 3 million is out here, but then you get 4 million here, 7 million here from different organizations that people start pulling out, and then it's like now we have a real problem because you not
right.
now
Losing
you.
sponsors.
Yeah, you nicking it.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? You nicking it. You paper cutting me a bunch of paper cuts as opposed to a big gash, and then you pouring alcohol on me, and it's like now we got a whole problem to where it's like I'm starting to leak here and there.
Yeah. You let one of the strong communities disagree with them, then something gonna shake. But
Yeah,
you know, pal, that 3 million ain't gonna. Some other people gonna have to jump on the bandwagon for
right.
it to
Yeah,
you know.
it's gonna have to be, yeah, like you said, a village, a whole village in state. So, real quick, Bishop, remember the story which I told you how I tore my oh, look who just entered just in time as we get ready to get into this. Ron Lowe, what's good with you, Professor? How's it going
Professor,
on?
I'm here in the building, and I
what's
think
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going
coming off a fantasy win.
Hey, you know
on?
what? We definitely gonna get to these fancy stuff because I
That part.
was blistering. I was on fire. You would think that I was
Oh, here
NBA
we
Jam
go,
in itself.
bro. Here
But
we go.
as I said, I'm not gonna boast and brag
180
about it.
points, Trey.
I'm not gonna boast and brag about things. I'm just gonna let you know what
You
I'm saying.
shouldn't. You
I'm
shouldn't.
not because
You
I've
should.
been
You
there.
shouldn't. You
I've been
shouldn't.
there.
You
I've been to
shouldn't.
this
Yeah,
mountaintop
you
before,
should.
so it's nothing new. What was an anomaly is what happened to me last week. What's going on now is not anomalistic. It is reality. But we'll get to that soon enough. Ron,
Bishop, is
as I
this
was
what you've
just
been
getting ready to
dealing
say,
with
I was
all morning?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, sir. This is what I've been dealing with. And you coming on and talking about throwing the fantasy word out there, just it lit
I
his
wasn't
fire.
gonna say nothing. No,
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm
that's what I
good.
said. He
Because I wasn't
until
gonna
he
say
came on,
anything because
lit his fire,
my
Ron.
picks for this
His
week,
fire.
my picks
He,
this week is not hot. So I'm saying I have
yeah,
to humble
yeah,
myself.
we know. Yeah, we know that. But I don't
So I
think
have to humble
anybody's was that
myself a
high
little
because
bit.
a lot of
But no,
nonsense.
y'all was pretty compared to what I did. Y'all was pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah, yeah, of course. Well, you expect that from me and Ron because
No,
we know how to
no.
pick them. We know how to pick them. But
You know
anyway, go
what?
ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, as I was getting ready to say, Bishop, you remember I tell you a story about how I partially tore my rotator cuff
Hmm.
playing in Washington, and
Hmm.
so Chef Dale was the quarterback.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you say when we used to
Okay.
play down there. So we won a championship downtown in downtown Seattle. But yeah, he
That's
was the
what's up.
quarterback when that happened. Like it was in the rain, like I said. He told me to go up the field. It was a quick slant. He told me to go up the
Okay.
field, but of course it was like we was playing in adverse conditions. Like what was equivalent to
Oh, here
what
we go.
Trey Lance played in last week is what we was playing in. And when he threw it, it slipped, it sailed out his hand, and I knew I couldn't get to it, but I wanted to beat the safety to it, and I just couldn't get. I barely got there, but of course, like I said, I outstretched, and when I landed with my arm fully outreached, and that was all she
Yep,
wrote
that'll
for me.
do it.
So
Yep,
yeah,
that'll take care of it.
so
Yep, that'll do
Eric,
it.
stop it, man. It's y'all
Yeah,
gotta y'all act like
It was
that stuff don't be
all
happening.
you already know, Eric. When it comes to
It
this
was.
good,
It
the
was.
weather,
Wendell,
the
would you
inclement,
tell them that was a
the
bad
inclement
day?
weather.
It was like a torrential downpour almost.
Wow.
you still want the real story.
I
Huh?
told you.
I said, do y'all want the real story?
Yes, give us
Oh,
the
here
real
we
story.
go.
Like, give us the real
wait,
story.
Oh
Give us
wait.
the
my
real story.
God.
It was true. It was raining horribly,
Yeah.
and I was the quarterback slash offensive captain. He played both ways, and he was the defensive captain.
Okay.
Now it was raining horribly, and I couldn't throw the ball fall down the field.
Mm-hmm.
We was killing these people with defense and running the option.
Okay.
I ran the option and I threw the ball to the tight end the whole time.
Okay.
Who do you think the tight end was?
Trey,
Really, we
Trey,
know who the diamond is. You obviously.
Trey, Trey got mad with me because we were just dinking and dunking all day, and he wanted to go deep. Now we up by 6, and
That sound like Trey.
I'm trying to coast us out of week 1 because we gotta score points because if we have a tie with somebody else, it go to the point. I'm like, look, man, ain't nobody scoring no points this week, like because it's raining.
The
Let's
weather.
get the duck.
Yeah, the weather.
I'm going deep. All right, I'm gonna throw it deep. I threw the ball deep, and he come back limping. I'm like, dog, we could have prevented all this.
All that.
We
If
ended
you
up
listen to
getting the
me,
win.
Bro,
yeah.
you know, like I had
If you listen to me,
never in my life
you
had I
gotta never tore that
never
world
in my
pepper.
life had I felt no type of pain like that. It's like I sit up, it is like I couldn't come out the game, so I'm like playing. And of course, I played my linebacker, so I'm playing middle linebacker, and like I have no feeling whatsoever in my right arm and my finger, my fingertips are tingling. I was like, I don't know
That part, Eric.
if someone got to get a flag. Oh, see this dude go. You know what? Disregard. So what it is, it leads into what happened. NCAA, these top 25 teams. As we know, the top 25 has came out. Uh,
Is it
there
out?
was no real. Yeah, the top 25 came out, of course, going from the bottom leading up to the top. At number 25, Miami drops due to their loss. 2-1. Pittsburgh at 24. Texas A&M at 25. Moving back into the top 25. Texas at number 22 after they get another dub. Wake Forest 21. Florida drops to number 20 after taking the L. BYU drops to number 19 after taking the L to Utah. Washington at number 18, jumping into the top 25. Ole Miss at Baylor at number 17. Ole Miss 3-0 at number 16. Oregon moves back into the top 20 and the top 15 with their win over BYU. Penn State at number 14. Utah at number 13. North Carolina State number 12. Number 11. Tennessee. Where Applewhite at? Look at it, 66-6 gold balls, of course. Utah is number, like I said, Tennessee at number 11. Arkansas barely. Y'all, you know what? I was about to say y'all trash, but that's not SEC. That's SEC. Arkansas at number 10. Oklahoma State at number 9. Kentucky, number 8. USC, number 7. Number 6, Oklahoma. 5, Clemson. 4, Michigan. 3,
Go blue.
Ohio State. Alabama at number 2, and number 1, the Georgia Bulldogs, of course. Some that's definitely made some changes, of course. It was Oklahoma and Arkansas, I think, flip flop. No, Kentucky and Oklahoma State flip flop, where Kentucky moves up into the top 8. Georgia is really starting to make a difference as they are currently 50. They are only missing 4 points when it comes to the first place vote. So they're starting to really, really seriously make a difference in their offense, in their movements. What else did we have? Oh, a couple of other things. For the first time, the Blue Bloods in basketball, the schools that are Blue Bloods in basketball are undefeated in college football. Duke is 3-0. UK University of Kentucky's 3-0. Who else? North Carolina State is 3-0, as well as Kansas University is 3-0. All the Blue Bloods in college football, basketball are seemingly representing in football as well.
Don't worry about it. Kansas is gonna get knocked off. We'll knock off Kansas. We'll bring them
The
back to reality.
Pac-12 has 4 teams ranked
Pac-12.
7, 13, 15, and 18 for the top 20 when they was just down to 1 last week. Let's go Pac-12. What else? What else? Clemson takes on number 5. Number 5, Clemson takes on number 20. OKU, that Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Don't
Hey,
worry,
we just had to
we taking them down. We taking them down next week. Don't worry about it. We take them down next
No,
week.
y'all got Kansas State next week, I thought.
I thought it was Kansas.
I think y'all got Kansas State because I was like, oh, that could be a potential upset.
Oh my God! That could be a potential upset. Here we go again. Nebraska.
So are you saying that Kansas State cannot be a potential upset for y'all?
Did you just say that? Did you not just say? Did you not say
Nebraska?
Nebraska?
I did not think Nebraska was
Yes, you did. See, didn't
no, I did not. But I
I
saved the course. But I did not think Nebraska's going to beat y'all. But however, I seriously do think Kansas State has a possibility. Are you telling me that that's not possible, Bishop?
No, it's not possible.
Okay. You got where Eric, you screenshot that. What you say, Bishop? Is not possible?
God. Screenshot. Where's the memes at when I was supposed to be supposed to lose in Nebraska, Eric? Where the memes for that at? Where the memes for when we were supposed to lose in Nebraska? Where all them memes at? Let's see those memes.
What's good,
everybody got something to say. Let's see them memes about that. Let's talk about that part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about. Let's talk about something because this dude here and all these people talking about. I don't want to hear you. Good game, bro. You won. No, I don't want to hear that. You talked all that nonsense. Just like I'm thrashing you right now in fantasy. We're gonna get to that too. You get thrashed in fantasy. Bro, I'm not falling for you. You gotta listen to 24 hours. It's about to be a problem up in this. It's about to be
Somebody chose violence today.
Just more than goodness.
Because I'm tired of these dudes. Him, Eric, and this dude, Trey over here. They got these dudes over here. They just talk about my squad, man. First they want to talk about we finna lose to Nebraska. Really? The Cornhuskers? We finna lose? We monkey stumped them cats, bro. They scored another touchdown in the late part of the fourth quarter after we done put in our second and third string team. But we gonna get monkey stuff. We gonna lose to Nebraska, man. Miss Lee Corso was like. Are y'all freaking serious? Lose to the Cornhuskers? Stop it, man. Stop it. Don't do that. They ain't gonna calm down. Guess what?
Eric,
we coming for you tonight for the NFL. We coming for you. You see it behind me. We coming for you in the NFL tonight. You seen it. We coming for you. It's over. It's over for y'all. Ron, how you doing, man? Hey, Ron, real quick, bro. How'd you do? How'd you fare with your parlay? Did it work out for you?
I'll just say Tennessee covered.
They did.
Them boys. Yeah. They had like 40 points in the first 2 quarters. I was like, who is these volunteers?
I saw that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Ron gonna be happy and definitely Applewhite because that's his squad. Them Vols just man. I told you. Didn't somebody else? Didn't somebody else? I don't know. Maybe not. Go ahead. The real. I wouldn't call y'all the real deal, Applewhite. Not yet.
Everybody on team.
Everybody.
Oh man.
So of course, this week you have number 5, Clemson. We're taking on number 21, Wake Forest. Number 20, Florida. We take on number 11, Tennessee. That's going to probably be the best game of the week. And then number 10, Arkansas will take on number 23, A&M. I think Arkansas takes an L this week to A&M. But I mean, they came back. That's grit and fight of a champion. So they made their way back. Every team in the top 10 won, which hasn't happened since 2019. Um, I congratulate y'all. Y'all win, Bishop. I
I mean,
congratulate y'all. Your win.
I mean, what did you expect? He was playing Nebraska. We appreciate it though. That's what we do out there in Sooner Land. That's what we do.
I'm very sure we're gonna see Brent within a matter of minutes on social media talking, saying something. We don't have
Who?
Brent get down. Brent
Oh,
Venable.
Brent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
probably
yeah.
already been on. He probably
Yeah. Oh,
already
he was
been on.
on during the game. He was on during the game talking about. But yeah, like whoever his person is they be all over it.
They
They
be
be
all over it.
all over it, bro.
So, what y'all
What
think of
what,
the
what y'all?
college this week? Go ahead, Ron.
I thought college went well. Good game.
My
Real
my
good.
thoughts is all of our squads is hella dominant right now. What's the likelihood that all three of our teams is in the playoffs in December around this time?
Well, I don't think.
Oklahoma,
So,
USC, and Michigan.
so
I don't
who
see
the
USC. I don't see USC making it. Now,
just
you and I,
go ahead.
yeah, I can see that happening, but I don't see USC making it. I
You know what? All right, Bishop, got you.
don't.
Well,
I
now,
take the high road on this.
if y'all don't mind me jumping in,
Go
Uh,
ahead.
what Alabama and Georgia gonna go if all three of them teams supposed to get in?
mm. That's why I
Well,
said. That's
according
why.
to
That's
Bishop,
why I knocked out
USC ain't gonna
USC.
be there.
That's why I said knocked out USC. Then that's why I took
Yeah,
knocked
y'all.
And
USC
he
out there
and he
quickly.
act like, and you know what the funny
I
thing
took
is
the
with
USC
them?
out there
Like
quick.
he acts like Oklahoma is only ahead of USC in the points by like 20, 25 by 50 points. Like you act like that's a huge margin. But you
That's
know what?
big enough a margin. That's big enough.
But you know
It
what?
might,
That's what I'm saying.
if
I
it
take that.
wasn't for if it wasn't for conference games, it could be all SEC teams in the playoffs. But the only reason that's not gonna happen because they're gonna knock each other off.
Mm.
Right.
That's why we coming to
And
the
the
SEC.
way Bama,
We happy to come
the
over
way
there.
Bama got punched in the mouth by Texas, I don't see them
Texas.
making it through the season with only one loss. I think they lose twice, but we'll see.
Ooh.
So we call, and that's another thing. When you call getting punched in the mouth, still losing, like yeah, I didn't got hit first in the fight a couple times and still
No
won the
doubt.
fight. So
Facts.
what
Facts.
Mayweather got punched in the mouth a couple times.
And still
He
won.
50-0.
Undefeated. Right.
So we can't judge off that. Now Texas put in the
I don't know. I got punched in
put
the mouth one time, and I had to rethink the whole situation at that time.
Where's my compass? Where's my compass?
that's true. That's true too. But that one,
Whoa.
they
I was
got
so
they got
I
punched
was so
off.
glad to see my boys coming. I was like, thank God for homies. Because it was like
You
one
hit
of
him
those.
with the
It was like
rally up.
yeah, it was like one of those situations, like the movie where it says, "How did I get in this position?" And I was like, turned to her. She's like, "Oh man." But yeah, go ahead with that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So yeah. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
Someone brought up Phoenix. Phoenix did his damn thing. He represented too from Washington. But
Yes,
so yeah, you
he
bring
did.
up a good point. You do, Wendell. That is a good point. And I don't know. I mean, I think people we sleep in. We don't. Kentucky, as I said, is representing right now. Um,
listen,
I'm very sure, slowly but surely, LSU is creeping in. Although they playing teams that don't
no.
make a difference, really. But of course, everyone's doing that. It's finna get real because now it's nothing but conference games left. So I mean, it remains to start to be seen. Michigan's going to start playing their top tier talent in their conference. Is another team that I think who someone plays Wisconsin this week. That's a potential upset. Is that do y'all play Wisconsin, Ron? Is that y'all? It's a top 10 team
I'm
that plays
looking.
Wisconsin.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, we got another high school team.
Okay.
Not really. We got Maryland. I guess they 3-0.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see what the top 10
whoever
matchup
Wisconsin
is.
plays this week, I was like, oh, that's a potential. Maybe Penn State. Someone plays Wisconsin this week, and I was like, Wisconsin is that running back in Wisconsin is the truth.
Ohio State plays
Ohio.
Wisconsin.
That's what it
That's a
was.
potential
Ohio
upset,
State.
I think.
No, Wisconsin ain't finna
Oh,
beat Ohio State.
Have you
They
seen
just lost.
Wisconsin play last
They
week?
just lost. They lost the game the week before to
To
Eastern.
who?
it wasn't no that's what
They
took
lost
out.
to Washington State. They lost to
Thank you.
Washington State
Yeah, come on, bro.
17-14.
Yeah, they not no. Ohio State is not finna lose to Washington. Yeah, they not finna lose to Wisconsin. That's not happening.
Mm. But yeah, so I mean, besides that, like so it was as Bishop already said, USC is not going to be there. Okay, I remember this. What time was that? I didn't timestamp that, but I remember the date. So I'll keep that in mind. Come week 8 when the CFPs come out and we see who is where at in state. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying. And then like Wendell just said, SEC we're very sure is dominant. We're Georgia and Alabama we get one of them is guaranteed to probably be at the top of that list, and then we determine on. Although I did see a lot of the polls and people have USC. There were more scenarios with USC in the CFP than there was Oklahoma and Alabama. But I mean,
Get the
okay,
world out of here. Of course, that's
Alabama's stretch over the next month. We're gonna be tuned into every single game because they got Arkansas, then A&M, then Tennessee, then Mississippi State,
ooh,
LSU, Ole
ooh,
Miss, like
ooh,
gauntlet.
wee,
a gauntlet for real.
ooh,
And
wee,
then they end the season with Auburn. So
ooh.
Yeah, but every year with the SEC, and then you the people who put out the preseason polls need to be fired because Notre Dame shouldn't have been in there. And like
Notre Dame,
Notre
man.
Dame,
They should
they've
never
been
be on
fool's
there.
gold since
Yeah,
Jerome Bettis.
yeah, they should never be
Like
on there ever.
when they they were only dominant back in the day when they ran the option, and I believe because Notre Dame is one of those prestigious schools, it's hard to get in or whatever. They ran based on a disciplined style football. They ran the option, and all they did was wait for other teams to make mistakes. But now they're trying to do all of this spread offense, pro style, like they got all of this talent, and they don't have it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah,
So
they definitely yeah, Notre Dame should never be in there. I don't know how they keep putting Notre Dame in there. That's
we
crazy.
suffering from a Notre Dame quarterback. What his name? Ian Book. That boy
Ian
trash.
Book. Yeah, I was so happy, Trey. I
But
ain't gonna lie.
is Ian Book gone now? Isn't he with another team now? That's not y'all backup
Yeah,
anymore, is it?
he gone. He
What
need
you
to
saying,
be at
Bishop?
I was,
He should be at home.
I was saying I was so happy to see. I was so happy to see Georgia beat the brakes off South Carolina. Ooh, it was good to watch Spencer Rattler get his butt rattled all over the field. They ain't talking about Spencer. They only scored 7. Boy, I was so happy. Ooh, and then another one in Nebraska. I ain't had no remorse for what's his name, the Nebraska quarterback who was in Texas, who took a thrashing by my Sooners last year when he was in Texas. Charles Thompson the second. His dad, Charles Thompson Senior, played for OU.
Mm-hmm.
Played Charles Thompson. I remember him. His number was number 4. He was a bad man out there at OU back in the wishbone days. Charles Thompson was that dude, quarterback. His son gonna go play for Texas. We thrashed him last year in the Red River Showdown. Then he transfers and goes to Nebraska, and that was who we thrashed this weekend too. No remorse for it, but should have carried your butt to Oklahoma, like your daddy. No, you want to go to Texas. You want to go against the rival. You want to go to the rival team, Texas, and carry your butt down to Cornhusker Stadium. So, look at you now. Look at you now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dang, you truly true fathers this morning. I see.
No, it ain't violence. I mean, these Rattlers, these Thompsons, all of them, these Caleb's, all of
Right.
them,
They
all of them.
no, they go to where championships have
They,
been
they ain't going
prevalent.
to no championship. Nebraska ain't won a championship. I don't know
Well,
when.
true that, true that.
And
They yeah.
neither has Texas. Has been last time they won a championship with Vince Young, and then USC is even longer than that.
What USC was just a year before. Okay, you know what?
It's
Leave
longer
it
than
at-
that.
See, I
Okay.
knew you were gonna say that. That's why I said to
It's
stop.
longer than that. That's all I want to say.
That's all I
It's
said to
longer than
stop.
that. Yeah. Come on, man. How we can't steal nobody. We didn't steal nobody. We can't steal nobody. We can't go and say, hey, Gray, you want to come over here to Tennessee, Oklahoma? No. He didn't like it out there in Tennessee. He knew Tennessee wasn't going to do nothing out there. Richard Applewhite, y'all really been irrelevant since Peyton Manning, for real, for real. Peyton Manning and who? Are they the ones that have Major Applewhite or something? I don't know. But Peyton Manning is the last time y'all did.
Was it Major Applewhite yours? Oh no,
Texas. Maybe it was Texas. Major Applewhite.
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
But Tennessee ain't been nothing since Peyton Manning, and that's why Eric Grace decided to leave Tennessee. Come on, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. What about Bo Nix? Y'all think Oregon going to be in the running?
Nope.
Oregon played a good game this weekend. They balled out, man. The Oregon boys played. They played a real good game. They balled out. Oregon, I think should make it before USC make it. That's just mine, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it,
Yes, sir. One?
Huh?
I said, didn't Oregon get mud stumped?
Yeah, they played Georgia, but that's Georgia. I mean, I expect that. I mean, that is Georgia. Georgia just beat the brakes off of them. Georgia beating the brakes off everybody. What is this team? Bishop, Tennessee has the second most national titles on the SEC teams besides Alabama. But when's the last time they won one? Or even been close to winning one, Rich? That's the question. We could all talk about the past, just like you talk about the Cowboys' past. When the last time they won a Super Bowl? Like, we could all talk about that. Let's talk about right now. Let's talk about the past 5-10 years. Okay.
So of course, saying, like you said, you look for it. Is about to get real interesting as these teams finna start facing each other. As Wendell was just saying about earlier, they're gonna get to the point to where these teams are about to start playing each other, and what you're going to now is going to be basically, saying the only the strong survive, and we'll start to see, as Ron read off, the gauntlet is coming up for Alabama. Georgia might have a little easier road to it. Same, I guess you could say, for Michigan, Oklahoma, and USC. Where they're not going to probably face the type of talent in which Alabama is going to face. But what's going to happen is going to keep Alabama in the standings for the most part, but they can't take too many chinks in the armor or they're going to fall too. But it's going to get real spicy for the most part. I can't wait to see when Oklahoma loses their first game, to see the look on Bishop's face. And so he can self and say that USC isn't playing nobody. But again, I digress, and we will see.
I'm saying that now. I've been saying that. I'm saying that now. I've been saying that. Y'all Pac-12, WAC-12. I mean, y'all not playing them.
4 teams in the top 25.
We got 4 in the top 25 too. Your point?
Who are y'all 4 teams? Y'all do.
Thank you, Oklahoma.
We went from one. We went from.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. But we was already there and we stayed there. We already there and we stayed there.
To 4.
We already there. We stayed there. Y'all had one drop out.
We had 3 drop out. We had 2 drop out.
Oh,
because at one point Utah and Oregon would have dropped out.
Oh, that's right. Utah
are back with Washington.
Yeah,
and USC
but
has
they dropped out.
But
they dropped out and came back in. Had to drop out.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not. Play some trash teams.
You know what? You're right, Bishop. We're not as good as we think we are.
Y'all not as good as y'all not. Y'all not. Y'all not. Pac-12, WAC-12. Y'all know what it is.
What's good, Frank?
So, but WAC-12, Pac-12.
But as y'all heard, as we said at the top of the hour, we discussed, as you know, we always do a thing where we talk about, we see who can have the best picks throughout the week between myself, Ron, and Bishop. Currently, Bishop is
This is NFL, correct? This is NFL talk, right?
This is NFL talk, Bishop.
Okay, let's go.
Currently,
let me go ahead and let Lauren.
Just to set the table, we currently have Bishop at 8-6. However, Ron is in the lead at 9-5, and that's all we need to talk about.
No, we don't. No, we need to hear everybody's score. We don't need to just hear. It was more than just us 2 that made picks. Let's hear all 3 picks, bro. Let's not hear just 2. Let's hear what everybody.
Currently, at this week, Trey is 5-9.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Dang, Chef Dale over there drinking tea. Like, this is what goes on. This is how you do me. This is how y'all do me. After all I've done for this show, this is how y'all do me. I'm gonna
Trey,
catch this
I
on
mean,
all y'all. All y'all. Y'all are gonna be
Professor,
drinking tea out of Pelican Bay by the time I'm done with y'all.
Professor, didn't I tell you that Nostradamus was too premature? Didn't I tell
You
you?
did.
I
I
told
tried
you.
to. And, you know what?
Told
This is
you.
how
I
the
told
universe
you.
works. Before I got on, I tried to delete my name, my moniker currently, and it would not let me. I couldn't get it off there. I was like, this is what we do. This is what we do. That's why I say I
I
gotta humble
told you.
myself. He be talking to me. He be like, "Be still,
Premature.
my son," and I'd be like, "Yes, father." So I got to be still. So like I said, I'm gonna be quiet.
And
I'm gonna
if
be
we win
quiet.
both games tonight, that means I'm 10-6, and Ron is 11-6,
11-5, and
11-5.
I'm 7-9.
Woo!
But I mean, it's early in the season. I'm still within striking
Let's
distance. I just
go.
got to sit up and button down the
Let's
hatches.
go. Let's go.
Sounds like it's gonna be a 2-man race, Bishop.
Let's go.
Shit.
This is
So
it.
so so where'd you go wrong? No trade diamonds.
The
No.
first 6 games is like, oh my goodness,
who who pissed you off the
man.
most?
From what it's looking at, it's the first game. It's the first game. So you got the Los Angeles Chargers game. We covered that. We talked about that, of course. Where we, interesting enough, Herbert has what, two broken? What was it? Broken ribs? I think it's two
Cartilage.
broken
Rib,
ribs.
rib,
Cartilage.
cartilage. Rib
Broken
cartilage.
cartilage. So he, saying, so that I'm gonna have to find backers for my fantasy in reference to that. Then Pittsburgh. We all took an L on Pittsburgh. Ron was victorious with New York. Of course, we're gonna get into these games overall, but these are just talking about the picks because where I went wrong at. Like basically the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 games I struck out. That's what put me in the hood. Pittsburgh, Carolina, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Baltimore, New Orleans, and New Orleans. Where I struck out. In which not everyone, Bishop won. He took Tampa Bay in that game. Bishop and Ron took Jacksonville in the Indianapolis game. And then, of
Told you.
course, Ron took New York in the Carolina game. So that's what made the difference on.
Told you.
So
New York teams. Y'all know this is the first time the Jets and the Giants won since I think 1954 or something.
on the
Yeah.
same day,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, of course, saying, Bishop, we can start with any game in which you feel like,
Okay.
man, just
Well,
up
let's
and
get
do
it
the
started,
Sunday.
man. Let's go get
Let's
it.
get it cracking.
Let's go and get it. We had the New England Patriots visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, it was a great game between two defensive teams because the game was real low scoring at the beginning. Mac Jones threw 21 for 35, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Damian Harris had 51 carries for 71 yards with 1 touchdown.
You said 51?
71. He had 15 carries for
Oh, 15.
71
I
yards.
thought you said 51 carries. I was about to say,
I
wait,
may have
what?
said 15 carries for 71 yards.
Okay.
1 touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson had 9 carries for 47 yards. Mac Jones had
Oh, that's not
7
bad.
for Mac Jones had 7 for 6. Nelson Aguilar, a former Eagle, 6 receptions, 110 yards,
Oh,
1 touchdown. Yeah.
he was
Jacoby
showing
Myers,
out.
9 receptions and 95 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 2 for 16. Damian Harris, 2 for 16. LaJordan Humphreys, 1 for 11. The rest goes so forth and so on. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mitchell Trubisky was 21 for 33, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Najee Harris was 15 for 49, 49 yards rushing. Gunnar Olszewski was 1 for 18. Jaylen Warren, 4 for 15. Mitch, 1 for 7, so forth and so on. The receiving, Deontay Johnson, 6 for 57.
Let's go. I need those points.
Najee Harris was 5 for 40. Chase Claypool, 4 for 26.
Najee
George
cleaned up
Pickens,
too.
1 for 23. Pat Fremerer, for the tight end, was 4 for 22. And Jaylen Warren, no yards. The Pittsburgh Steelers fall to the New England Patriots and Mac Jones, 17 to 14. Moving right
So I
along.
see right here where Eric's talking about put in Pickett. Was that a situation to where I don't know, I didn't catch the game.
So Pickett,
was Trubisky that bad?
So I'm gonna tell you, this is the thing, right? I have a friend who's a huge Steelers fan, man. His name's Scott Leroy. Shouts out to my boy, man. He's a huge Steelers fan, and his thing was that Mitchell Trubisky did not want to pull the trigger. When I say pull the trigger, he was dipping and dumping. He wasn't throwing nothing down the field.
Not using that arm, basically.
Excuse me. No, he was playing conservative. He was not trying to. He was basically trying not to lose the game instead of trying to win the game, in my opinion. Things in which he was doing, he could have done better. And I personally, if I was Mike, I probably would have gave Pickett an opportunity to come out there and do some things just to see if it would have moved the offense a little better. Excuse me, I can't clear my throat. I'm sorry, but for whatever reason, Mitchell Trubisky, I don't know. I don't know if Mike Tomlin made the right
That's probably
decision.
why then, because he probably feel like this dude is behind me, knocking, clipping up my heels. I got to be.
That
I
pressure,
can't.
right?
Yeah,
That
pressure.
pressure
You know
does
what
it
I'm
every
saying? Like
time.
it's going opposite of what he's trying to do. Trying to be conservative. They got to win the first week, and they're trying to get this win the second week.
Yeah,
And
it's bad, man. It's bad. But the Steelers fall. They are 1-1 now. Then we had the the Carolina Panthers versus the New York Giants. The Panthers fall to the Giants 19-16. Another low-scoring game for the Panthers. Baker Mayfield 14 for 29, 145 yards, one touchdown.
goodness, Baker.
CMC 15 for 102 yards. No touchdowns, but he had
Ron C. Oh, damn it,
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield,
I
6 for
tried.
35. Deontay Foreman, 2 for 9. DJ Moore, he had 3 receptions for 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 3 for 32. Christian CMC had 4 for 26 yards receiving. Giovanni Ricky had 1 for 6. Stephen Sullivan, 1 for 13. Ian Thomas, 1 for 13, so forth and so on. And then in the New York Giants, Daniel Jones with 22 for 34, 176 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 21 for 72, no touchdowns, averaging 3.4 yards a carry. Daniel Jones, 10 for 21. Garrett Brightwell, 1 for 14. The receiving for the Giants was Richie James, 5 for 51. David Seals, 3 for 37. Sterling Shepard, boom, sooner. He was 6 for 34. Tanner Hudson, 2 for 22. Saquon Barkley, 3 for 16. And that, so forth and so on. Again, that puts the Giants leading the NFC East currently until tonight's game. But right now, they're leading the NFC East with a 2-0 record, and that bumps the Carolina Panthers to 0-2. Moving right along, we have the Jets versus the Browns. Now, this game right here, we know that Joe Flacco is taking over the helm because of old boy is still out for the starting quarterback for the Jets. He is still out. So Joe Flacco, the Jets come out with a huge win, 31-30 over the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland in the dog pound. Joe Flacco, 26 for 44. 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Braden Mann had 1 for 1, 17 yards. Bryce Hall, 7 carries for 50 yards. Michael Carter, 7 for 23. Braxton Berrios, 2 for 22. Joe Flacco, 2 for 6. So forth and so on. Receiving, Garrett Wilson was 8 for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Corey Davis, 2 receptions for 83 yards, 1 touchdown. Elijah Moore, 3 for 41. Tyler Conklin, 6 for 40. Michael Carter, 5 for 27. Jeff Smith was 1 for 17, and it goes on and on for the Jets. For the Browns, Jacoby Brissett, great numbers. 22 for 27, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Nick Chubb, 17 for 87, 3 touchdowns. He saw the pay dirt. 3 touchdowns for Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt, 13 for 58. Jacoby Brissett, 6 for 43. Amari Cooper, 9 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Harrison Bryant, 3 for 45. David Njoku, 3 for 32. Nick Chubb, 3 for 26. Kareem Hunt, 2 for 16. David Bell, 1 for 6. And as I said, that brings the Cleveland Browns 1-1. And with that win for Joe Flacco, the Jets are now 1-1 as well.
So I know. So of course I know the New York Jets breaks their 13-game losing streak in September.
That part.
Additionally, Anton Davis played one snap, gentlemen, and the one snap he played is the interception in which he got to close out the game. So Bishop, I know you said that Brissett was having a good game. So how did they lose? Like I see where they talked about basically saying Chubb should not have scored that last touchdown.
He shouldn't have.
He should have took a knee.
Yep,
So y'all all agree he should have. Y'all agree with everything. Say he should have basically took the knee.
Take the knee. You don't leave a Super Bowl quarterback an opportunity to come back and win a game for him.
What we're not going to do is act like Bishop. Stop it.
Stop what? Stop what? He is a Super Bowl quarterback.
True. But we're not going to act like that.
Did he not win MVP? He won MVP in that Super Bowl.
So what we're not going to do is act like Flacco is still that dude. That's what I'm saying.
How we not gonna act like Flacco is still not there doing? He threw for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Don't worry, I'll wait.
So what we're going to do is say Chubb should not have scored. He should have ran. He should have took a knee and let the clock run. And that, like, they expected to not be able to. They expected to bad defense for one, 2 bad second special teams because they didn't recover the onside kick, and 3 bad special teams. They didn't get the extra convert the extra point. Those 3 things contribute to the loss. So
you can't no, you can't, because you're not getting what are your chances of really getting the onside kick?
True that. That's what I'm saying. So
okay.
You know what I'm saying.
So
so
that's not that you can't even factor in that.
Could I ask a question about that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What how when Chubb scored the touchdown, what was the score?
30 to 26,
31-26, yeah.
or 25, something like that. 25, 26. Oh,
they were up already, right?
No, because I think the Jets scored on. I think they won on the field goal. Didn't they win on the field goal? Yeah, I think they won on the field goal.
So were the Browns up? Were the Browns up when Chubb scored the touchdown?
Yes, they were.
Yes,
they were up.
Yeah, he should have went down.
He should have went down.
Yeah. And how much time was left?
Like 3 minutes.
So so they were up. The Jets end up getting a bomb, and which gave them what put them in position. Then they kicked the onside kick. They got the onside kick, and then they what's his name? Wilson Garrett scored a touchdown with like 22 seconds left in the game. So that's what put them up. They scored 14 points in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Right.
And what's called missed a field goal. Extra point.
Extra
yeah,
point.
that's why I say, like, I just think, I don't know if
okay, yeah, Cleveland was up. Yeah. Cleveland was up 24-17 at 1:55 left is when Nick Chubb scored.
Minutes, yeah.
It was under 2 minutes. Nick Chubb scored with 1:55 left, and no boy missed the extra point for Cleveland. So it would have tied it if they even if a boy would have hit the extra point, it would have tied the game. But Joe Flacco threw a bomb who's wide open. Davis waltzes in from that was like a 60-yard bomb.
Yeah, he was wide open.
That was a broken offensive broken defensive play, and then they did Trey's right. They got the onside kick. The Jets got the onside kick. So what was your question, Trey?
That was it really did Brissett? How did if Brissett played well and all that type of stuff and everything? How did they lose? But it wasn't Brissett. It was Chubb. 3 touchdowns, you said?
3. Yeah, Chubb had 3. Chubb had 3 because Kareem Hunt didn't have any. Yeah, Nick Chubb had 3. Yeah. So there you have it, man.
That was right good too.
He was. Moving right along, we had the Indianapolis Colts and Matty Ice visiting Sunshine and the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville, Florida, with the Colts coming in at 0-0-1, and the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in at 0-1 because the Colts tied with the Houston Texans week 1. So coming in, Matt Ryan threw 16 for 30, 195 yards, 3 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor, 9 for 54 yards, worst rushing he's had since 2020 in 2 years. Austin Dillon had 1 for 3. That's enough to talk about their rushing because that's about all it was. Receiving, Austin Dillon had 5 for 79 yards. Neon Hines had 4 for 37. Desmond Patman had 2 for 24. Michael Strahan had 1 for 23. Kylan Grayson 2 for 14.
Michael Strahan.
Yeah, for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence 25 for 30, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Robinson 23 for 64 and a touchdown. Travis Etienne 9 for 20. Trevor Lawrence 3 for 11. And then in receiving, Christian Kirk 6 for 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evan Ingram 7 for 46. Marvin Jones 3 for
Kirk
33.
went off, bro.
Travis Etienne 3 for 33. Zay Jones 3 for 23. Jay Robinson 2 for 14, and so forth. So on. Jacksonville Jaguars put up their first, not their first, their first shutout in over. I forget how many you said. So how many years? But yes, they shut out the the Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry, 24-0.
So I see Eric Small says Matt Reed needs to retire. Is that what that game put out? What was his stats again, Bishop? Was it that
His
bad?
stats matter. It wasn't that bad. He just had 3 interceptions. He had 195 yards and no touchdowns and 3 INTs. He was 16 for 30, so he's a little over 50%. But
Don't
he
forget
did
his
have 3
stats
INTs.
too. They gotta protect the old man.
Yeah, he did have 3 INTs though. He did have 3 INTs.
I think
This
it was
game,
more of the Jaguars, Bishop. Their
You think they was
defense
all
was
over him?
all
They was
over
all
the
over.
place.
oh, were
They
they?
were
Yeah,
flying.
yeah, they was getting to him. Yeah.
And who would thought Christian Kirk couldn't be covered? He was just
Like,
out there
bro, he
balling.
like
Turned every
Christian
dollar.
Kirk. Yeah, he was doing his thing, man. But I told y'all.
I didn't even start Kirk. Like,
Because you don't believe in
goodness gracious.
you
Okay,
don't
but
because you don't
disregard. That's
believe
another story. Go
you
ahead,
don't
Bishop.
believe because you don't believe in sunshine. That's why. Don't worry, I
That
told you.
yeah, that'll be the last week you don't start him. And Evan
Nah,
Ingram gonna get picked up by everybody. If he's getting targeted 10 times a game, Lord.
Yeah, he don't believe in
He can
Pittman
stay
either. Huh?
healthy.
He didn't have Pittman either. Oh, he said he didn't have Pittman either. Yeah.
that's true. I think he didn't have Pittman.
Matt Ryan was giving up like Jameis Winston. I thought it was the season of giving. We ain't there yet, Rich, but I feel you on that, man. I feel
look at Wendell. Like, oh, don't start. No, won't be done.
Say no start, nothing won't be nothing. We finna get to that game here in just a minute.
I'm ready because I hear all of the defense in Carson Wentz's defense. He didn't have this. He didn't have that. Oh, he drew for this amount or whatever. Same energy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, same energy. That's our same energy. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Hey, so this game right here, this is probably one of the games of the week of the weekend. Especially in the early games, we had the Miami Dolphins visiting the Baltimore Ravens. The Dolphins came in 1-0. The Ravens came in 1-0. Both teams were undefeated. Tua Tagovailoa was 36 for 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 INTs. Raheem Mostert had 11 carries for 51 yards. Chase Edmonds 5 for 31. The rest of them don't even matter. Tyreek Hill 11 receptions, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, stand up, my fantasy player right there, 11 receptions, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki 4 for 41, 1 touchdown. Raheem Mostert had 3 for 28. Alec Ingold had 2 for 15. Trent Sherfield 2 for 9, and a bunch of ones for the Dolphins. Ravens, Lamar Jackson 21 for 29, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson rushing 9 for 119 yards. Applewhite, I could, bro, if I was using me, I could punch you in your face right now, Applewhite, for letting Lamar Jackson go. That was the dumbest move you ever could have done. Lamar Jackson, 9 for 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Justice Hill, 3 for 16. Kenyon Drake, 6 for 8 yards. Patrick Ricard, 1 for 5 yards. The rest doesn't even matter. Rashad Bateman had 4 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. Mark Andrews at tight end, 9 receptions, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Likely had 4 for 43. Devin Duvernay, 2 for 42. Demarcus Robinson, 1 for 12 and a touchdown. As the Miami Dolphins come back in Baltimore's stadium to come back from a 14-point deficit to
21 points.
21-point deficit to win 42-38. Shouts out. My question is for the fellas, man. Where is it at? I just put it up here earlier. Is Miami and 2-0 the real deal?
So I'll be the first to speak
No.
on this because, as I stated, as Ron says, no, I'll be the first to speak on this. True that it was no defense. That's what helped Miami. That's what helped Miami. No defense.
None.
But I mean, you got to say something for Tua in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter alone, 13 of 17 for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That does not say anything.
That says a lot.
Not really. The 2 touchdowns in which he threw to Tyreek Hill, the two he threw to two Hill, nobody was deeper than Hill. Oh, it
Well,
was
that's
straight
but
go,
what
straight
we're
go
not going
routes,
what we're not going to act like
straight
is
go
that
routes, and make it
what we're
seem
not
like
going
he
to
was.
act like is that he's not the fastest one of the fastest men in the NFL, in which
How am I making it sound like
that
he's not one of
happens.
the
Like so, it's not
No,
like
that
that
doesn't
hasn't.
happen. If you,
It does
if
happen.
you, no, that's poor coaching. If you know that one of the fastest men in the NFL is on that team, and you're up by, there's no way you allow him to be outbeat your safeties. There's no way. There's no way you allow Tyreek Hill to get deeper than your deepest safety. No way, form, or fashion.
Some of it is inevitable.
It ain't no inevitable. How you
But
keep
so what you
you
gonna do?
keep him in front of him.
You gonna drop
You
back
box him
20?
one.
You gonna drop
Yes,
back 20
yes,
yards to keep him
yes.
boxed in?
To
If
keep
that
yes.
you're leaving yourself susceptible to everything underneath the middle.
Okay.
I mean, over
You're not
underneath.
gonna beat me deep. You can. How did they lose? They lost that game because 2 deep balls to Tyreek Hill. 2.
But see, now one thing I can tell you with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, like it's if they one play, like one player do it to you. So if you sleep one play, that's 7 points. So basically you saying don't get deep every play, then you gotta have everybody on the goal line and you're gonna get chunked underneath the whole game. But one player do it with these guys. So I mean, those people are highly powered on offense, and
I mean,
until
don't
somebody
get me wrong. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Chef. Don't get me wrong in regards they highly powered with Jalen Waddle. Both of them had 11 catches apiece, 11 for each one of them, and both had over 150 yards receiving. Both him, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek
And
Hill.
then the tight end had
Both
100
times.
yards.
And then a tight end had 100 yards. Then both of them had double intercept. Double touchdowns. Like that's crazy. Like the defense, me personally,
That
at some point, I'm looking at firing the defensive coordinator for you to allow a comeback like that to happen. That's crazy.
that
That's crazy.
like
that touchdown Gasecki had in the end zone, he jumped almost up to the field goal post to catch it.
Yeah, that
You know,
was a nice catch.
the Ravens defense was just like
Yeah, I
we
can't do it.
wasn't getting up there.
Yeah, I can't
I
do
don't
that.
think I felt like the Ravens had the best defense in the league starting out, especially at DB, and that's how they showed up to start this game.
Right.
Uh,
But they
they was
took their foot off.
dominating. I just
Yeah, they took their foot off the
it's
gas. They
two
got last.
it's Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Like you literally are going to have to let the Miami Dolphins run the ball on you because you got to have like
That's how you have to
two
beat
say
me.
you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to have a minimum of 6 DBs. You have to be in the dime or the quarter.
that will to stop that, bro. You have
and
to.
you may
There's
have
no,
to it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
There ain't
that's
no
hard to
film
stop.
out on the Dolphins yet. It's gonna be
right.
a lot of this, but I think they'll get figured out as the season go on. But I don't feel
Yeah,
like
so
the Ravens
someone's gonna figure it out, of
matched by
course.
Tyreek.
But that's what someone's going to figure it out, like y'all said. But it's going to be on. Again, it's not just them players. McDaniel's is a wizard with it. Like that's what he created Debo in a sense in San Francisco. Now he has a treasure trove of weapons in Miami. And so as he gets figured out, then he's just going to reinvent it and probably figure something else out. So, like you said, like I said, as I stated to begin with, Tua, like I said, I'm not a Tua fan, but I did say that he's going to be a different. It's going to be a different setting for him because he has weapons and he has a quarterback, a coach that's going to institute those weapons, and it's going to be different. Like, but again, it's only week 2, and like I said, it was bad. It was atrocious defense, but I mean. So we remain to be seen. I think we're not going to see separation till like week 6. That's what we like. When we 6 weeks in, so we gonna it's gonna be that's when we're gonna start to see like okay, some of these teams
Yeah,
is real deal.
Right.
I say week 5.
Week 5,
My last piece with the Ravens. Yes, Eric, the Ravens are my team in the AFC. I ride for Lamar. And
Yeah, I like Lamar too.
they're going down with injuries again
I like Lamar
already.
too.
They're falling apart. You could come to the Ravens team as well, Trey. They got open
Yeah.
I like
invitation.
Well,
Lamar.
yeah. No, Applewhite's crazy behind. Anyway, moving right along. Let's get into it. This is the game in which the chef is probably one referring to. Let's talk about it. We have the
Hey,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom the Goat Brady traveling down to the Nowhere, down to New Orleans,
that
down there
boot,
to see
baby.
Jamie that boot, down there to visit Jameis Winston and
Damn,
them New
James.
Orleans Saints. Tom Brady was 18 for 34. Not a great night for Tom or a great day for Tom. He was 18 for 34, 190 yards, 1 touchdown. Leonard Fournette, the Saints was stopping the run, 24 carries, 65 yards, averaging only 2.7 yards a carry. Scott Miller, 1 for 8. The rest of them does not matter. Mike Evans receiving. Mike had 3 catches for 61 yards. Rashad Perriman, 3 catches for 41 yards, and the only receiving touchdown. Scott Miller, 3 for 34. Russell Cage, 5 for 28. Leonard Fournette, 2 for 9, and the rest does not matter. In the Saints, we had Jameis Winston, 25 for 40. 236 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Mark Ingram, 10 for 60. Dwayne Washington, 4 for 8, 4 yards, 4 carries for 18 yards. Taysom Hill, 3 carries for 14 yards. The rest does not matter. Chris Olave, 5 catches for 80 yards. Michael Thomas, 6 for 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Jawan Johnson, 4 for 40. Jarvis Landry, 4 for 25. Tony Jones, 2 for 12. Deontay Marty, 1 for 9. And the rest do not matter as Tom Brady goes into New Orleans to captivate a win, 20-10, low-scoring game, puts the Buccaneers at 2-0, the New Orleans Saints at 1-1. That's it. What would y'all? This is definitely TB's last year. Oh, for sure, without question.
This is called the Alvin Kamara effect.
That's what we're gonna put it on.
We're gonna put it on Alvin Kamara. Oh, that's where we going with that. What about Mike Ingram? That's not the equivalent. Come on, bro.
He fumbled in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's not the equivalent. Come on, that's Mark Ingram. Alabama, Mark Ingram. Like that's not. Hey,
go ahead, Dale.
The Saints had 5 turnovers.
I know.
Right. The defensive. Both teams played great defense. It was an offensive.
It was a low-scoring game at half. I think it was 3-0. I think it was 3-0 at halftime, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 3-0 at halftime. It was 3 all the way until the fourth quarter. All of the points were scored in the fourth quarter after the fight broke out.
Now the fight, right? The fight. I forgot about the fight. Yeah.
Tom Brady started a fight. Disappeared in the background like Homer Simpson in the bushes. And the only two people who gets thrown out of the game is Marshawn Lattimore, who was only defending himself because he got hit by Leonard Fournette and then got clinked out by Mike Evans, and he get up to defend himself. He gets kicked out of the game. And Mike Evans get kicked out of the game. That was a sacrificial goat because Mike Evans did nothing in that game because he was getting cuffed. He was getting blanketed by Marshawn Lattimore. But you took Marshawn Lattimore from us, who was a big factor of the game. But everybody Leonard Fournette, who threw the first punch, he didn't get out. Tom Brady and Bruce Arians, the two people who started the whole altercation, they didn't get thrown out. And we lost the biggest factor of our team in that game, in Marshawn Lattimore. And from there on, it went downhill.
So I expect Lattimore to. I mean, I expect Fournette to get to. He's going to pay the piper. I think that's coming. Of course, Brady and. I mean, yeah, it's too late for y'all.
Like, that's too late now. We don't want no fines. We want him out the game. We don't want no
if they find Brady, if they find Leonard Fournette, that's a slap in the face to us because you knew they did something for them to get ejected because all whatchamacallit did was get blindsided and just got up to try and fight back. That's all Lattimore did.
I missed it.
So
I didn't even get to see what happened. I didn't even see it.
Fournette.
Mike Evans been waiting.
Mike Evans came from way across the field, didn't he? He's like,
off the
Did you
sideline.
He let
Bruce
it,
Arians.
yeah, he lowered the boom. He lowered the boom on
for
Lattimore.
real? I missed all of that. I didn't see that. And I was watching that
I
game, but
don't think we
I was
understand how
going
much
back and
they
forth.
hate each other.
Yeah, I was going back from both games, but I know they said they showed the thing where Mike Evans was like they was talking to him. I think it was a reporter or somebody was, or oh no, they showed him talking to the official, and Mike Evans was like, "That's Tom Brady. I'm going to something like I'm gonna protect my quarterback or something like that." But he's like, "That's Tom freaking Brady." Like
Yeah,
his name alone was like he was using his name as clout to say, "Hey, you
right.
don't do it." So I'm missing. I forget what. So did Tom Brady take a cheap hit or
So
what?
no, no, no. What
No,
I'm confused about is I was like, why are you putting all of the blame on the Buccaneers? You just threw Lattimore, gave him the holy redemption, but you're a Saints fan, so it makes sense. You can't
Right.
sit here and act like Lattimore is not one of the biggest a-hole cornerbacks. He was punching at Evans, fighting him every single route this man ran. And he went over to the sideline and started talking trash to the coach. He went up to the
Who?
GOAT Tom Brady and got up in his face. Lattimore.
Lattimore? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so this. Oh, so Chief, Chef, you not telling the whole story, bro. What happened with
what
that?
happened? What happened was it was a pass break. It was a breakup, a deflection on Lattimore. Lattimore was talking noise. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Bruce Arians said something back to Lattimore. Lattimore went to him, and then Tom Brady came over and told
Mhm.
Lattimore something, and he got
Yeah,
into all of this was just jarring. Nobody put a hand on
Then
nobody.
Fournette.
correct. And the Fournette
Fournette came, put his
smushed him.
hands on whatchamacallit, and when he went to push back, here come Mike Evans with the clock cleaner, and
Cheap shot.
then that's broke out. All
Mm,
I'm saying is that the ejections were not based
Yeah,
on what
yeah.
happened. Like if you're gonna base it off of what happened, Leonard Fournette, Mike
Right.
Evans,
I agree
and
with that.
and maybe
It
yeah,
should have
and
it should have just
maybe
been Mike Evans kicked out.
Nah,
yeah.
Fournette should have
So
went too.
Fournette could have went because he was the
Fournette,
first person to throw a punch, and
he
so
didn't throw
like
a punch. He just like bellied up and pushed
He
him. He
pushed
ain't
him. Yeah,
punching.
he pushed him.
Yeah, he
so
ain't punching.
but
Mike threw the
but
punch.
based on what happened, based
Yeah,
on what happened, it was no grounds for Lattimore to get ejected. Maybe
I can
give
see
him
that.
a fine and offset the penalties
agreed.
or something. But for what happened, the too good at all. And to see if you watch that thing, go to the play, and if you see Tom Brady fade off in the background, like, oh,
you know,
That's
you
exactly
know,
what
you
happened.
know. One thing we learned. I like what Eric just said. One thing we all remember back from school that everybody wants to be a bully, but when that bully get punched in the mouth for
mm-hmm,
stepping to the wrong person, don't
mm-hmm.
play all innocent like you. Like Lattimore is the bully, and like Eric said, he's over there running his mouth. The Buccaneers is on the road in New Orleans. They're like, hey, it happened. That's what happens.
So
Right.
So
go ahead, Wendell. Go ahead.
uh, I'm a, and then it just went downhill from there. Now you see, there when I was talking earlier about Carson Wentz with this same energy or whatever like that, you know, Carson Wentz threw three interceptions. Everybody, the O line this or whatever like that. Even last week with Jameis Winston, he had a rough 3 quarters. They were blitzing, and when they were blitzing, people were coming through untouched or whatever. The man did what he had to do to keep his head above water, made the late comeback. Today, last night it wasn't the same, but it was kind of bad. The man lost, threw three intercepts. Now everybody acting like going back to, oh, I told you he not it for the Saints or whatever like that.
Right. Right.
The I hate the way, and I've been waiting to get on somebody's sports talk show to talk about this situation.
You got it. Here
I
you
hate
go.
they draw. I hate the way they draw narratives.
Hmm.
I'm looking on my iPad right now, and I'm looking at most interceptions thrown in a season by a quarterback. you hear on ESPN, you hear everywhere they talk about these 30 interceptions that
30
Jameis
for
Winston
30.
that
threw
James
30 for
Winston
30.
threw.
Yep.
Devin
30
White
for
talked about it last night. He said he knew that was going to happen, so they knew they had the advantage.
Listen, the only reason they only talk about Jameis Winston when they talk about 30 interceptions, because he's the only quarterback that threw 30 interceptions and threw more touchdowns than he threw interceptions. The most interceptions thrown in a season is 42 by the guy that they was talking about comparing him to Tom Brady, George Blanda, who was the oldest guy in the starting quarterback. He threw 42 interceptions in the season, and that was before they was playing 16 games. They wasn't even playing 16 games back then.
Right.
Brett Favre threw 29 interceptions in the season, but he only threw 20 touchdowns. So they single that man out in that category because he's the only person who threw 30 and he threw 30 interceptions, but he threw 32 touchdowns that
Yeah.
season. If you look at this man, if you look at Jameis Winston's career stats, that was the only season he threw that many touchdowns, he threw that many interceptions. Every season he had decent quarterback numbers. Where they got a lot of people out there in the league that have way worse numbers because he don't even have bad numbers, but they put such a negative spin on this 30 interception thing, like nobody else threw 30 interceptions. Vinny Testaverde had 35 interceptions in the season and only 13 touchdowns. But he's one of the greats we look at.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just like looking at some of these narratives that they draw for some of these quarterbacks and some of these players. They talk about Lamar Jackson like, oh, he can't get past this round of the playoffs. Baker Mayfield ain't only been to the playoffs once. But we
Yeah.
talking about him like he need a second chance. What his name? Matthew Stafford. He just won a Super Bowl, but in Detroit, he was losing every year. But they act like, oh, he was just a great quarterback on a bad team. Well, Lamar is the greatest thing since sliced bread to Baltimore, but he still don't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm gonna take my L for
So,
this week, but
He
Jay,
said,
so,
"Get it, James. It's the other team's best
so
friend."
additionally, what happened is what I see at Bishop Ron Chef Dale, Jamie's 6 sacks. Like he can,
Yeah.
like they was on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That defense, the Tampa Bay defense, like you said, it was a battle in the defenses. It, of course, changed the tide when I guess Lattimore was tossed out. Like that edge in which he has basically was contributed to what started to be that snowball effect. It's unfortunate. I foresee Fournette's probably going to get a suspension or is going to get sat down or whatever case like that once they go through
down,
and look at it.
if they ain't give him nothing on the field, I don't want him to get nothing. Save your
Well,
money.
because it's gonna basically affect because he might get sat down, but it's gonna affect the. I mean, who Tampa Bay got next week?
Uh,
They ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't got us next week. They
who
didn't.
they
They
got?
didn't. They didn't.
Week 3, Tampa Bay got week 3. Tampa Bay has the Green Bay.
Oh well, and New Orleans plays. Who
New
y'all
Orleans
play,
play
Chef?
Panthers.
Uh,
Carolina. Yeah,
Okay.
Carolina.
we
Speaking of
we
Baker,
gonna
speaking of Baker,
Yeah.
dog wash Baker Mayfield. You got Baker Mayfield on your fantasy team. Take him out next week.
I got him on. I do. I got him on my fantasy. I do.
you ain't
Take
starting
him
him
out.
though.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, take him out. I got somebody for you. We can talk.
Here we go. Here we go, Ron. Here we go with the nonsense. Here we go. But moving right along, we got the Washington Commanders
What? Just
visiting.
real quick before you get
Mhm,
to that, just for the sad Saints fans, it was the Alvin. I think we don't realize that he probably didn't back in the end.
You was breaking up, Ron. Bad.
Man, they win by 7,
Ron,
10 points easily.
you was breaking
Oh
up.
yeah,
It sounded like you was talking about Alvin Kamara, but okay.
he said if we had Elvin Kamara, we probably win by 7, 10 points, and that's fact. But you can't live off of if. You know,
Right.
if we had it,
Yeah, if it was Fitz,
right.
we already know.
So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't even bring that up. I know we got better days coming when he get back on the field and all of this stuff, but
Yeah.
we still could have beat
Yeah,
him
Bryce
without
is
him.
good.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
some foolishness happened.
Let me
So
let
I'm
me
still
let me
black
ask you
and
this.
gold.
Before I move on to, let me ask you this, Chef. Would you prefer Jameis as a quarterback, or would you prefer Taysom Hill back at the quarterback position?
No, I prefer Taysom Hill. Don't have the quarterback. He's a runner.
Mechanics.
He's just straightly Jameis Winston could get the ball to all of those guys. And so I'm full. I got a Jameis. I should have worn my Jameis Winston T-shirt. I got
So
the
you cool
Jameis.
with James? So you cool with Jameson throwing more interceptions than touchdowns, though?
Not this week. Everybody have a game. Though Carson Wentz he throw no touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't.
So I mean we everybody have a bad game. Tom Brady had a bad game, but he got the W.
He
But
did.
that's what we say. That's what we say when it's Tom Brady. But when it's
Mhm.
Jameis Winston, even if we would have got the W, they would have said, "Oh, he didn't do." Like it's just it sucks. But I feel that the confidence level that Jameis Winston have and what he bring to this team, what he bring to this city, man, that dude is a real good guy. He's a real upstanding guy, and he embrace our city. He embrace his faults, and I think he's gonna be successful.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of speaking of Carson Wentz, the Washington Commanders traveled over to see the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions was 0-1 coming into this game. The Washington Commanders were 1-0. So somebody was going to take this L. Carson Wentz was 30 for 46, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Antonio Gibson, 14 carries for 28 yards, 1 touchdown. Carson Wentz, 2 for 23. Curtis Samuel, 1 for 21. J.D. McKissick, 3 for 9. Receiving, Curtis Samuel, 7 for 78 yards, 1 touchdown, averaging 11 yards a catch. Terry McLaurin, 4 for 75. Jahan Dotson, 4 for 59. J.D. McKissick, 7 for 54. Logan Thomas, 3 for 37. John Bates, 2 for 15. Antonio Gibson, 2 for 13. The rest does not matter. Moving on to the
To them
Lions.
Detroit players.
Jared Goff, 20 for 34, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns, no INTs. Amon St. Brown, 2 for 62.
Amon.
Amon
Amon-Ra.
St. Brown, yeah. Amon-Ra, yeah. St. Brown, he had 68 yards. DeAndre Swift, 5 for 56 yards. Jamal Williams, 12 for 53. Craig Reynolds, 3 for 16 yards rushing. St. Brown again for receiving 9 for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Reynolds, 3 for 38. DeAndre Swift, 2 for 31. Josh Reynolds had a touchdown too. TJ Hawkinson, 3 for 26. Brock Wright, 1 for 25. Craig Reynolds for 1 for 13. The rest does not matter. As the Detroit Lions, are they the real deal? Detroit Lions, 36 over the Washington Commanders, 27. Detroit Lions 1-1. Washington Commanders are now in 1. This game
What
right
up,
here.
though?
What up? What up, though? What up, though? This game right here was
Detroit football.
yeah, we all did pick Detroit on that one. We had the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith traveling to San Francisco and Trey Lance. It's the 49ers. The 49ers were 0-1 going into this game. Seattle was 1-0. Geno Smith was 24 for 30 for 197 yards. No touchdowns. 1 INT. DJ Dallas 0 for 1. Don't matter. Rushing, Rashad Penny 6 for 15. Kenneth Walker, the third, 4 for 10. Travis Homer, 2 for 9. Geno Smith, 2 for 2. Receiving, Tyler Lockett, 9 receptions for 107 yards. DK Metcalf, 4 for 35. Travis Homer, 4 for 33. Noah Fant, 2 for 11. The rest does not matter, as well as for the San Francisco 49ers. A moment of silence for Trey Lance. The
Put in a
gentleman,
damn moment of silence.
he was 2 for 3 for 30 yards, but he has went down, and Trey Lance is out for the season. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in. He throws 13 for 21, 154 yards, 1 touchdown. Rushing Jeffrey Wilson, 18 for 84. Deebo Samuels, 4 for 53. Tyron Davis Price, 14 for 33. Trey Lance, 3 for 13. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 for 5. Brandon Ayuk, receiving 5 for 63 yards. Deebo Samuel, 5 for 44. Ross Dwelle, 1 for 38. Jeffrey Wilson, 2 for 19. Ray McLeod, 1 for 16. The rest do not matter as the San Francisco 49ers and unfortunately Trey Lance, who is out for the season, and Jimmy Garoppolo beat the Seattle Seahawks at home 27-7. What are y'all thoughts, guys? Especially first coming to you, Trey. How do you feel knowing that Trey Lance is now out for the season with a major ankle injury, broken ankle, and y'all did not trade Jimmy? It looks as though that was a smart move by the 49ers front office by keeping Jimmy because he's now the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
So it's unfortunate, like you said, it's an unfortunate situation for Trey Lance. Now that we're going into 3 years consecutively in which he has not been able to play. As we know, of course, his year he had one game when he played at North Dakota State, and then he got into the league. He played sparingly last year, and then of course the first year he gets 2 games. Now he's out for the rest of the season with after a broken ankle, which he's expected to have surgery this morning. Enter, like we said, Jimmy Garoppolo. Now he gets a chance to. Now you could expect Jimmy's going to be the quarterback going forth. He gets a chance to audition for what is potentially his next payday come next year because he's only on a 1-year deal with San Francisco. That can balloon up to where he had initially for his money because he's in the starting position now. Now I hope what San Francisco does is go out and find a good backup for Jimmy. To be because now Jimmy's a starter, so we currently don't have a Jimmy Garoppolo sitting behind him. We need
What's wrong, Chef? Why you got the shaking of the head? Why no?
Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Y'all better find a way to. Y'all need to draft somebody else. Y'all need to get somebody because you talking about y'all need a backup quarterback. What they said in the preseason that Jimmy Garoppolo was their backup quarterback. He wasn't. No Trey Lance is the future of this team. Nah, you can't just come back to me like that. Oh.
Yeah. We talked about it earlier. Man. Trey Lance, like I said, it's very unfortunate. I wish him well. Hope everything comes back for Trey Lance. I hope he comes back and bounces back from the injury. Go ahead, Chef. Go ahead and finish.
Now it's looking like, okay, y'all didn't trust me with this team, and now y'all had, the little young guy, and now y'all want me back. So I don't know what you're gonna get, or if he come and ball out, then he gonna break y'all pocket. Like he the opposite. This is the opposite of what the Lakers did with Schroeder. He about to, like so. They played the game and they rolled with Trey Lance prematurely, and it bit them. I mean, this is a big old pit bull fight right here.
Yeah, I said Trey Lance wasn't ready to start. I've been said that.
And that's your team, my Trey.
Yeah, that's Trey's team. Yeah, that's his squad. That's the squad. But he feeling real happy now because they got Jimmy in their helm now. So he really finna talk it up now. Oh, he really finna talk it up now because
I'm just wondering what kind of Jimmy y'all gonna get. I hope Jimmy is a WWJD guy. Like I hope he's a what would Jesus do to where he can just turn the key. Because I feel played. And you know me as your quarterback when we played flag football. That couldn't have happened to me. I'd be out there handing the ball off to the other team because I feel played. If y'all don't instill the trust in me, then you get a bad version of me. But if I feel you got my back, then we could roll. But nah,
that part.
Like I feel played if I was Jimmy.
That part. Moving right along, we got The Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Super Bowl champions, Los Angeles Rams. The Rams were 0-1 coming in. Atlanta was on one as well as the Rams were on one. Both teams losing week one. Marcus Mariota for the Atlanta Falcons was 7 for 26, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions as well. Rushing, Cordell Patterson, 10 for 41. Tyler Algier, 10 for 30. Marcus Mariota, 6 for 16. The rest does not matter. Receiving, Drake London, 8 for 86 for 1 touchdown. Cardero Hodge, 2 for 57. Olamide Zacchaeus, 2 for 21. Kyle Pitts, 2 for 19. Avery Williams, 1 for 6. The rest does not matter as the Rams and Matthew Stafford, 27 for 36, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Darrell Henderson rushed for 10 carries, 47 yards. Cam Akers, 14 for 44. Brandon Powell, 1 for minus 26 yards. Cooper Kupp receiving 11 receptions, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 7 for 71. Allen Robinson caught 4 balls for 53 yards and a touchdown. Cam Akers, 2 for 18. The rest does not matter as the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Atlanta Falcons 31-27 at home to get them 1-1. Then we had the Arizona Cardinals visiting them Las Vegas Raiders. We have my boy Kyler Murray, stand-up boomer, Sooners versus, of course, Derek Carr. Kyler Murray was 31 for 49, 277 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing, Darrell Williams for 8 for 59, 1 touchdown. Eno Benjamin, 8 for 31. Kyler, 5 for 28 yards and a touchdown. James Conner, 7 carries for 25 yards. Receiving, Zach Ertz, 8 carries for 75 yards. Marquise Brown, 6 for 68. Greg Dortch, a huge player that came through for him in the clutch, 4 catches for 55 yards, 1 touchdown. James Conner, 2 for 26. Eno Benjamin, 3 for 20. AJ Green, 3 for 16. And the rest does not matter. As the Raiders and Derek Carr was 25 for 39, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Josh Jacobs, 19 for 69. Carries Derek Carr, 1 for 9, and the rest does not matter. Receiving, Matt Collins, 5 for 66. Hunter Renfrow, remember that name. He was a huge factor in that game, which pretty much cost the Raiders that game. Hunter Renfrow, 7 receptions, 59 yards, but he did have 2 fumbles. One which they recovered. The second, which was very, very detrimental, is the second fumble in which Renfrow had was this game-winning touchdown in overtime for the Arizona Cardinals. Darrell Waller, 6 for 51 touchdown. Foster Moreau, 3 for 30. Amir Abdullah, 1 for 23. And Devontae Adams, 2 catches, 12 yards, 1 touchdown.
Jeez.
So, as the Arizona Cardinals defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 29-23, but it brings them to 1-1. Vegas 0-2. That was an overtime score, 29-23.
So I don't know what to say in reference to, I
can say this. What you need to be saying is, Colin, he deserved that bag he got.
No, that is not definitely what he did.
He won that game for them. He put them in overtime, bro. He put them in overtime on his own 2 feet.
That was a breakdown in defense when they stood up and left. They left.
Who fault is that? Everybody know who Kyler Murray is. They know what he's capable of, and they still couldn't stop it.
It's not they couldn't stop him. It's just it was a break. It was a lack of defense. They left the whole. They left the field wide open.
So who fault is that? Was that the defense fault?
It was the defense's fault. But what I'm saying is, what we're not going to act like is that Kyler just automatically he took advantage of the opportunity that
he's supposed to
before them. I get that.
That's why he do that.
I get that. So what I'm saying is, it's not like he took it upon himself, the team, and he did all that. No,
he took it upon himself to get them in the
position to him, because the way he's a quarterback, what he's supposed to do is throw touchdowns, or first and foremost.
No,
first and foremost.
No, that's not one of the things.
So what he did is he could not. It came down to 4th and goal line, and that was when they set up what was guarding against it, and they had a mental lapse, and they allowed him to left the
How
whole
you
left
have a
side of the field open,
mental lapse on a
and he walked
quarterback
in. He
named Kyler
walked
Murray?
into the end zone. He walked into
How do you
the
have
end
a
zone.
mental lapse on a
The
man named
fourth,
Kyler Murray?
the 2-point conversion, he beat the defense.
Back to back,
He
he
basically
scored twice.
he did what Patrick Mahomes does. A broken play works almost 90% of the
That wasn't
time.
even a broken play, bro. That was
It
just he was
was.
grabbing.
He was
It was not.
scrambling.
He was scrambling. That's not a broken play. That means the
That,
Time
receivers
out.
are
Time
I'm
covered.
out.
sure. I promise you, they didn't draw that up.
Listen. It's not drawn up, but that means it's not a broken play. A broken play is when a play didn't go as planned, or the play was broken up because no. What they did is play great defense on their receivers, and no one was open. That's not a broken play. No one was open,
That's the
and he had to.
definition of a broken play.
That's not a broken play. He just
That's a
couldn't win.
very broken play.
No, that's just good
It was
defense.
broken because the defense stopped the broken play. They could, so he couldn't get away. So he scrambled. He went into scramble mode. He was moving, juking, and he dipped and missed a tackle or two, and then he beat the defense to the corner, and
Twice,
that put him into 2-point conversions.
back to
Yeah,
back.
and so after that, back to back, basically.
Yes.
Go ahead, Wendell.
Everybody, what you just described, everybody can't do that.
That part.
Correct.
So
I understand that.
you said his job is to throw touchdowns. His job is to get touchdowns.
Correct. Yes.
Win.
He can throw, he can run them,
Run, throw, whatever, hand off.
whatever like that.
Put
That's
points on the board.
yeah. His job is to put points on the board, and that's what he did. And so hats off to Kyler for that. And he just showed, hey, I wanted my money, and
He
this is
deserving of
why
it.
y'all. Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is why y'all paid what y'all paid.
That
So
part. Tell him, Chef. Let him know,
it
Chef.
is.
That's a Kyler hater
I'm
over there, bro.
Ron.
That's
I'm
a
gonna call
Kyler
it
hater
spade
over there,
a
bro.
spade.
I need Ron on this.
Ron. Go
Ron.
ahead, let Ron.
Ron.
Go ahead, Ron.
We
Go ahead,
so
Ron.
what? So let me make sure, because I was gonna say we. What we are not speaking. Well, we
He
are.
finna
I'm
play
not
on words.
speaking bad. I'm not speaking bad on the man say that he did not deserve his money. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I did not see that game as one of those games where it's like, okay, this is why I deserve the money. No, that
What?
is not what happened. That is not what happened.
Ron,
He did. He
Ron,
set up.
okay.
He was
Ron,
Johnny on the spot. It was certain
Ron.
things that happened. He didn't make the. He didn't create the environment. The environment was created for him, and he just thrived in it. That's what happened.
Ron.
He didn't do that.
Answer. Ron, did he not show by the game in which he just played, Kyler Murray played last night or whatever? Did he not show he deserved the money in which he got in that one game? I mean, he's got more to show, but I'm saying that every dollar. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. That's the reason why he put the team on his shoulders and was like, look, all these fools pay me all this money and ain't nobody open. Let me show you why it was the right thing to give me that bag. I'm gonna show you.
Let me ask you a question, Bishop.
His
What
defense
weapon
saved
he
him.
playing with? What weapon he playing with right now on that Cardinals offense that you want on your team?
That's a good question. I want to hear this answer.
None.
What weapon does he have right now on his Cardinals team that I
Maybe
would
the
want
running back, Connor.
that I would want on my team?
Right, none of them. Hollywood Brown's probably the closest one you can come up with, and he was non-existent.
And He
dropped what should have been their go ahead win.
Now, if anybody would probably be, I would probably want Kyler himself, or probably Zach Ertz. To be honest,
What Zach Ertz do?
Zach had
Zach
Ertz.
You want Kyler on your team?
He was leading receiving. He had 8 catches for 75 yards.
Ooh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. So you want
tight
Kyler over Jalen?
No, I don't want Kyler over Jalen.
Ooh,
We can make
No,
something
I
happen.
no, you don't want Ertz over Goddard.
I have Kyler.
I'd take Ertz over Goddard, though. I will. I never thought we should have got rid of Ertz. I do. I'm just being honest. Ertz do stay injured, but I still think Ertz is better than Goddard, in my opinion.
I need Goddard to score like 40 points tonight.
I know, right?
Nah.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that one.
Bishop, we can talk because I have a Kyler. You may not be.
Guess what? As the chef said, hey, prices have changed, partner. Prices have changed.
Oh, I'm good. I don't.
I'm good too.
I have no quarrels with him sitting on my
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm good
collect
too.
the
I'm so
points.
good.
Okay,
Don't worry.
for now,
I'm making
just
moves. I'm
just
making
wait,
moves.
just wait.
I'm already making moves. Don't even worry about it, partner. Moving right along on to the next game. We
Okay.
had the Houston Texans, who were 0-1 versus the 0-1 Denver Broncos. They had traveled to Mile High Stadium to take on old Russell Wilson and Davis Mills tried to get a win out there in Denver. Excuse me. Davis Mills was 19 for 38, 177 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. Damian Prayers, 15 for 69 yards rushing. Jeff Driscoll, 1 for 10. Davis Mills, 2 for 1. Nico Collins, leading the receivers for the Texans, 4 for 58. Brandon Cooks, 4 for 54. Farrell Brown, 3 for 24. Chris Moore, 2 for 14. Rex Burkhead, 2 for 9. The rest does not matter. As Russell Wilson, was 14 for 31, 219 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. They booed Russell Wilson at some point in that game out there in Mile High Stadium. Javonte Williams rushed for 15 carries, 75 yards. Melvin Gordon, 10 for 47. Montreal Washington, 1 for 19. Sutton, 1 for 5. The rest does not matter. Receiving, Cortland Sutton, 7 for 122 yards. Tyree Cleveland, 2 for 28 yards. Eric Saubert, 1 for 22 yards and the only receiving touchdown. Kendall Hunton, 1 for 20. Jerry Jeudy, 1 for 11. Javonte Williams, 1 for 10. Melvin Gordon, 1 for 6. The rest does not matter. As the Denver Broncos break even at 1-1, as the Texans go down to 0-1. Broncos win 16-9. Moving right along, this Cowboys game, which I know everybody's been waiting on. Joe Burrow goes and flies down to visit Jerry's World down in the Dallas Cowboy, down in the D. Joe Burrow, 24 for 36, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, and the man was running for his life the entire game. Joe Mixon, 19 carries for 57 yards. Joe Burrow, 4 for 26. Jamar Chase, 1 for 4. Samaje Perine, 1 for 2. Receiving T. Higgins, 6 for 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamar Chase, 5 for 54. Joe Mixon, 3 receiving for 26. Hayden Hurst, 5 for 24. Tyler Boyd, 2 for 17. The rest does not matter. The Cowboys, Cooper Rush, 19 for 31, 235 yards, 1 touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 15 for 53. Tony Pollard, 9 for 43, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 1 for 6. Moving on to receiving. The leading receiver was Noah Brown, 5 receptions, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 7 for 75 yards. Tony Pollard, 4 for 55 yards. Dalton Schultz, 2 for 18. The rest does not matter as the Cowboys squeak out a win over those 0-1 Bengals that now are 0-2 as the Cowboys break even at 1-1. Cowboy fans, I know y'all think y'all going to the Super Bowl after that win, but it's yet to be determined. Anywho, moving right along. What Ayers is on my bench riding the pond? That ain't gonna happen. What is y'all talking about? Ertz is on my bench. Oh, Ertz. Ain't nobody worried about it. So we did not have a chance to beat the Bengals. You put Cooper down last week and said he could not get the job done. How about them Cowboys? I did not say Cooper could not get the job done. I never said it. And y'all barely squeaked out. Now, the problem is, I don't know, that Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is trash. Oh, my God, that Bengals offensive line is trash. Oh, what's his name?
Let's not omit the fact that Trey Diggs held Jamar Chase to 2 receptions and 14 yards receiving, right?
No, Jamar Chase had way more.
No, I'm saying Trey Diggs. When Trey Diggs was on him, that's all he got.
Jamar Chase, he had 5 for 54. Yeah, he had 54 total yards. He had 5 for 50,
but he only 2 when he matched up with Trey Diggs, he held him to 2 receptions and 14 yards.
Oh yeah, I get you. So we're not gonna beat the Bengals. You put Cooper. I did not put Cooper down, like I said. I just didn't feel. I don't feel like. I mean, but y'all did play. Y'all did play the Super Bowl participants in the Cincinnati Bengals. However, I do feel like I said, I think Joe Burrow was running for his life the entire time. Michael Parsons gave him fits, and we said Michael Parsons was gonna do that, and he did just that. He gave him fits throughout the entire game. So. Man, shout out to the Cowboys. That ain't nothing. Y'all get another win, and then we'll talk. Another game. Chicago Bears And Justin Fields traveled down to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. As we know, the Bears won last week. They went into this game. They went into this game 1-0 as the Packers was in Lambeau playing 0-1. Justin Fields was 7-for-11. I need y'all. I really need y'all to. That wasn't rushing. I need y'all to really think about that. Justin Fields was 7-for-11. That was a full football. I don't think y'all heard what I said. Justin Fields went 7-for-11 passing. We talking passing. 7-for-11.
How many yards?
70 yards in an interception. 7-for-11 in a football game.
That even furthers more is my discussion from last week. But please continue.
Yes, David Montgomery for 122 yards. Khalil Herbert was 4-for-38. Justin Fields had 8-for-20. Receiving, we know it wasn't much. St. Brown had 2-for-39 yards. Ryan Griffin 1-for-18. David Montgomery 2-for-14. The rest does not matter because he only threw the ball 11 times. As for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers 19-for-25, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones rushed 15 times for 132 yards, 1 touchdown. A.J. Dillon 18-for-61. Aaron Rodgers 5-for-10. Sammy Watkins had 3 receptions for 93 yards. Aaron Jones had 3 receptions for 38 yards. Randall Cobb 3-for-37. Romeo Doubs had 2-for-27. Alan Lazard 2-for-13 and a touchdown. Aaron Jones had a touchdown as well. As the Green Bay Packers defeat the Chicago Bears, make the Chicago Bears as well as the Green Bay Packers 1-1, 27-10. What are y'all thoughts about Justin Fields being 7-for-11?
It sucks. This is what Chicago wanted, though. They have
Sucks ain't even
no
the
offensive
word.
line.
Sucks ain't even
They
the
don't have
word.
no receivers.
But
no running
Ron,
back.
7-for-11? Go ahead, Chef. 7-for-11?
7-for-11 means that like it was over 50% on the completion rate. I'm looking on here that he only was sacked 1 time.
Right.
So basically that's saying that the plays weren't called for him to throw the ball. So
Okay.
we can't sit here and blame him fully because his coach don't have the confidence in him to throw the ball. I dealt with that last year with Jameis when Sean Payton had the restraints on Jameis Winston not to throw the ball down the field, but like whenever he got a chance, he would just sling one out there and get it through. Especially in that time frame when we were waiting for Drew Brees to get back in the game, and it was like they just didn't want him to do too much before the return of our savior. But with the Bears, it's just with the Bears is if you only called, so basically not 7-of-11 means you only called what 11 pass plays, really 12 because he got sacked on one.
One, right? 12, yeah, gotcha.
So if you lack confidence in your quarterback that much, it speaks. It don't speak good on how much y'all trust the person that you pick.
As quarterback,
because
absolutely.
You see a lot of these young quarterbacks that come in the league and they get they throwing a whole bunch of intercepts in their first year, like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning threw a whole bunch of intercepts his first year when his rookie year or whatever. But it gained that confidence as, okay, you had this bad season, but you're our guy. So
Right.
you go out there and you don't feel like every throw that you make could be your last throw. But that's with some quarterbacks. They have that every throw is my last throw. And especially when you're only throwing the ball 11 times in a game, they're saying that, okay, you're not the answer for us. It's going to be our running back and our defense.
Yeah.
So he didn't even get a chance to prove that he can play quarterback because he only got to throw the ball 11 times. Shoot, that's over 60% passing completion.
True.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead, Trey.
like I was about to say, that just adds further to why I say it was that in which they had last week, and in which they game they had It wasn't too much. Of course, I think he got the touchdown taken from him. I thought they did complete that touchdown, although they probably would have still lost, but it was a touchdown that's taken from him when he on that rushing attempt. Um, I mean, it just comes out to be that in which it was. There's still more to be proven in Chicago. They really don't have anything there. Just like in Green Bay, it was just a battle of who can produce more out of what the list they had. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, so of course you could think that he gets the nod. He takes the that lead, gives him the lead in general. So it's going to be seen. It remains to be seen. I don't see too much coming out of their division, outside of them beating up on each other. Um, of course, Aaron Jones is a problem, but we already knew that. So I mean, the game just ended as what we should have, what we expected. Of course, going in, we already have our picks in for the games tonight. Wendell, we'd like to know what your picks are before we get ready to get out of here and give you some time. So, of course, what's the two games tonight, Bishop?
Yeah, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Buffalo Bills heading into Buffalo. That game is at 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Who you got, Chef? Titans or Bills?
I mean, I was a big hater of Josh Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and
Can't deny the man now.
huh?
I said we can't deny the man now.
Right, he's doing this thing, but like, man,
They are without
where's the
Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel? Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel's
what
out.
a game is
It's being played in Buff.
in Buffalo?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go. Man, I can't. I'm a big Derrick Henry fan.
Oh my gosh.
I like Derrick Henry. Man, he's a freight train. You gotta respect that. Oh man, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm going off the grid. I'm going with the Titans. Tighten up.
Ooh,
Let's go. Let's go. He said
about.
tighten up. He said he's going off the grid. I love it. Let's go.
Before you make this mistake, can I point out to you that they lost to the Giants
It don't
and
matter.
the Bills destroyed the Super Bowl champions. Okay.
He said,
You know what? You made me. I lost the parlay fooling with that game, and I just thought about it. I thought Malik Willis was starting. I forgot about Ryan Tannehill. I'm going
Right.
back to the Bills. Yes. As much as I like Derrick Henry, I can't.
If they announced that Malik was starting tonight, I might pick the Bills. I mean the Tennessee Titans too, but they tripping.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm going with the Bills.
Okay, and then the second game we have tonight for you, Chef, is the 1-0 Minnesota Vikings traveling to Lincoln Financial to play the 1-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you got there, Chef? Vikings or Eagles?
This week, the only time I ever went with a team from the NFC East was because I don't like Baker Mayfield. So I'm gonna have to go with Minnesota. I just don't see any smoke coming from the NFC East. None of those teams. All of them.
The disrespect right now, dog. The disrespect. Yeah, shots fired. I see. The disrespect. But there we have it, man. We have it. We have heard what it is that he has picked the Bills and the Vikings tonight. We all three agreed, I think, on this game tonight.
Yeah,
for all of us.
we all got the Bills. We got Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah, so right now Ron would be on top with me being right there with a close second. Trey way in the back.
You know what?
Way in the back.
You know what? Am I able to change my pick?
Nope. If the games have already started,
I was about to say I'm
gonna pick the Vikings.
I was about to say
he
go with the Vikings.
Nope, he cannot change. But once the first game has been played, it's done. No, nope. He's gonna stick to them. Nope. You stick to them picks. With that being said, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to First Formation. As you always know, Monday through Friday, 0900 to 1100 hours. For you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We want to thank Chef of course, we want to thank the professor, and of course, my counterpart there, old Trey, right there, Trey, as he likes to call himself, no Trey Damas, but we see how he ended up. Trey,
Well,
any
now,
last words, sir?
no, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we all know where to find us. Chef, real quick, Chef Dale, what you got going on? Upcoming any competitions? Any where can we find you if we down in the Noya? Anyone
Which
visiting?
we
If you
will
were
be
catch
there
up,
soon.
oh
We
yeah,
will
we'll be
be
there
there
in April.
soon.
Yeah, you know what? Well, matter of fact, when
That
we
part.
drop off,
That part.
when we drop off, we'll have a conversation with Chef. But go ahead, Chef. For the people while we see on the air, where can you find you? What you got going on? Where can we get that good old
Yeah,
know your
some
cooking?
good old eating. Yeah, they want to get to know your food. Let's go.
At any time, y'all can follow me on IG at Chef Del 504 on IG. I'm wherever you need me to be. Uh, y'all gonna have to catch me on the show again when basketball season come up because it'll be later in the football season and we'll be
Mm-hmm.
on the track of winning. And then these Pelicans gonna do their thing this year. So this a big year for New Orleans sports and just holler at me. Like I said, Chef Del 504.
Hmm.
You can go to chefdel504.com and see what I've been doing.
Yes, sir. So of
That's what's
course,
up. We appreciate you.
Ron, any words before you get up out here, brother? I mean, Ron still there?
Y'all enjoy the football season as I am. Yeah,
We
can you
greatly
hear me?
appreciate y'all checking with us. Y'all know where to catch us tomorrow. Yeah, we heard you, brother. We know where to catch us tomorrow. Y'all know Eric will be back on the show after you get to talk that ish or get drugged, one of the two. I'm safe.
Right.
The 49ers won. So I'm feeling good. I'm good. I ain't got nothing to worry. I don't have to, I don't have to deflect nothing.
We got to
I can
talk
sit
about
back.
fantasy come tomorrow too, because we didn't
Oh
get a
yeah,
chance
yeah,
to talk about
oh yeah.
fantasy.
Oh yes, we in there. We in there. So of course tomorrow we get a chance to talk about it. I get to sit back and watch the popcorn as Eric and Bishop go at it tomorrow. Depending on who wins, who walks away with the W, it's going to be a whole vibe. We appreciate y'all rocking with us this morning. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. High speeds. We out. Peace.
Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. We'll holler back at y'all. Y'all be easy.